What's up? I'm Home Movies, and you are now watching the LSDP. Chlamydia, even though it sounds so pretty. It does.
It does sound kind of pretty. It does have a little ring to it.
Chlamydia. My coochie's chlamydia.
You know, I never thought about it that way.
I had a media.
Hey, my coochie's got chlamydia.
That
That
was the
sounds
name-
so pretty, yo.
Chlamydia, my sister syphilis.
That was the name of my media company. It was Clam Media.
No, she's
Was
saying, go see
Yeah.
Phyllis. Go see Phyllis.
Yeah, we gotta go see Phyllis.
Who's
about
Phyllis?
this.
My
What?
uncle.
I feel like you guys are being rude. You guys haven't introduced our guests.
Oh, yeah, it is a little brighter today.
Oh my goodness.
He gets uncomfortable right away. Look
I'm
at it.
saying, well, luckily I'm not sitting next to Monty because I would have said, hold him up. I would have said, hold him up. All right, I've got some
Didn't you
I
just
got
say
a-
white is right?
electric bronze.
That was mommy,
you
bro.
can't throw that on him, bro. You can't do that.
That was
Hold up when they
definitely
run back the video and it's my mouth just moving, saying not that, but like the audio over it is something white as and don't you dare clip that.
We'll edit it.
we got
already done.
AI.
Yeah, we got AI.
Well, now I really said it, so
Let's go going back.
We got home movies
Let's clap it up
with
for
us today.
That's right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We have a new interview up on our socials. If you haven't gone to see it, it's Home Movies. It'll give you some insight on who he is as an artist, person, and scholar, I think.
yeah.
That's right.
You don't need to watch it. I'm a total piece of shit. That's why I wore this outfit today so I could visually represent one.
He just got off UPS.
It's giving me YG.
You guys know better than
and-
anyone what brown can do for you.
Yeah. Oh, we know.
I love it. Oh, I love it.
That's why I got a Mexican girlfriend, man. I know what brown can do for me.
That's right.
That's
That's
right.
Fucking end of
That's
the day.
right.
Stress.
Stress me. Well,
Hey, so is it true what they say about like that whole Latina notion, like
but
the
that they're like crazy.
yeah.
All I
Would
really
you-
all
would
I
you
can
say
say
it
about
is true?
this. Wait,
Yeah. No, go ahead.
my girl is an angel.
Beautiful.
She's a
Smart.
dream.
Well played.
Yeah.
Smart.
Blink
Well
twice
played.
if you
But,
need help.
Smart.
But
He's not a veteran.
But I will say, I think all women, I don't care what race you are, and this is gonna come across totally not misogynistic, but they're all crazy.
I think your kind is like the least crazy.
Oh,
Your
what?
kind?
Go watch
Like
it.
he's a different
Go watch the
species.
video. Go. You want to know? You want to know
I'm
what
the
race
only
the lady was who cut that dude's dick off and drove down the fucking road and threw it out the fucking window?
She was white?
Like she didn't need. She's a white woman, bro.
Dude.
She wore a fucking diaper.
When was
and
this?
drove for 3 days through the fucking.
I,
Through
th-
the
I,
rain
I thought that was
and
Matt
hail.
Barnes.
No, they're all.
She threw it in the high grass.
Well, he's half white, and that's what
the
that's the half that
Saharas.
drove him to do some shit like that. I'm telling you, bro. I mean, look at every TV show that like ever has like a real crazy bitch who's like psycho and fucking stalks and does some shit afterwards. Like,
Sofia
yeah, bro.
Vergara.
Like you know, but you know what? If she
Mexican,
wants to
though.
stalk me, bro, like
Don't make
Hey,
her
bro.
white if it's a crazy girl.
I'm just y'all seen you, right?
I've seen it. Yeah. With Joe.
So, yeah, but remember his
girlfriend.
She married, love.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I think that's the type of chick you get. That's the type of crazy you get from white.
So that's
From
that's
white
been your
chicks.
She needs to be
encounter
hotter.
from white
You know what I
chicks.
mean?
Very dangerous.
And like and again with any race, it's gonna be like there's gonna be like really crazy, like dangerous crazy. They're all crazy. They have some form of like delusion. And I'm gonna be fair. So do men. Whatever. We all have like. You know, we all think we could rule the world and be king and shit.
I'm a
So
little
it's like
delusional
we all
myself.
have our own, you know what I mean,
Yes.
our own
Yes,
delusions.
yes.
So whatever, I'll permit you.
What do you mean? I
But
thought I did
don't
rule the
think
world.
I don't think especially any type of chick is like more likely
Crazy.
to be because it's just
well
yeah.
played.
They're all crazy.
Yeah, they all. You know, my dad used to have like this saying. He'd be like, "Just look at a beautiful woman, right?" He goes, any beautiful woman you see, he goes, "There's a man sick of her somewhere."
That's true.
That's 100%.
Yeah.
That is very
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
There is, dude. Like, and as as beautiful
that's
as she
facts.
is,
and
dude.
yet,
As
and yet
beautiful
we
as she
crave and want them so bad.
Dude, we would
100%.
die for them.
Can't live
What the hell?
Actually, our brown king here
I'm
is.
gonna go home and apologize for these statements immediately.
Before she even hears it.
Oh, don't worry. He has to do it every week.
I'm gonna say, babe, I brought apple pies from McDonald's.
See, so you guys
Also,
are like,
don't watch that video.
that doesn't sound Mexican.
McDonald's, bro.
That she
every-
like who-
Apple pies from
Now that's
McDonald's.
exclusive. Now you got you. So you
I think
don't
you put
like
her
apple
on.
pies from- I did. Put her on. Fair enough. Fair enough. But she'll eat them and she'll be like, oh, these like remind me of like pound from like the
Yeah,
some shit like that.
yeah.
Yeah. And I'll be like, oh yeah, but then she'll give me one of those. I'll be like, these are all right. Like, but they could use some like
They're not
hot
warm.
apples inside.
Yeah, they're not warm. Yeah.
So
I
you
like
give
the
her the
apple
apple pie,
pies.
and then what? She gives you a big old bowl of menudo, or what?
I love some menu, but the whole thing is she brings like her mom's like cooking is what she'll bring over.
Can she
I rock
cook?
with that. It's
Can she
fire.
cook?
Yeah, she can cook. She can.
She gets it from her mom, or where'd she get that from?
I think in general she likes cooking, you know what I mean? She likes watching TikToks of like food and she'll try some shit.
Oh, that's
and
sick.
she's not like bad at it when
Yeah.
she tries it.
Oh,
But
that's dope.
But she can definitely make like she'll bring like chili relleno for me and shit like that. That's like,
Fire, bro.
so I might have put her on to some random little shit, but she puts
Yeah.
me on to stuff all the time.
Hey,
You didn't know what a chile relleno was
I
before that?
knew, but I wouldn't typically eat it.
Yeah.
Like, and even if I saw it somewhere, like, I wouldn't be like, oh yeah, that's what I'm gonna order.
Yeah.
But if she says, do you want me to bring you one? I'm like, hell yeah, that sounds
yeah.
good. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, growing up as like a white dude, you're not fucking. My mom didn't ever make me a chili with fucking cheese inside.
yeah.
It, you know?
What did your mom make you?
She make like lasagnas and spaghettis
Oh,
and shit
okay.
like
Oh,
that,
that's
or
good.
whatever. You know what I mean?
I was
But,
gonna say, can we guess?
yeah, you can.
What would
can.
you have guessed?
And I'll say that that's one of
Spaghetti.
the-
I would have.
One of my
okay.
most hated
Eminem told us.
stereotypes for white people is that like all white cooking sucks because it's like, have
No.
you ever been to the South? Like we've spent enough because especially
Oh, the South is
especially
something
the
else.
poorer your family has been, and I have people in my family who like. Like as much as I've struggled, they came from the
Yeah.
fucking dirt. And guess what you learn how to do when you come from the dirt? You learn how to cook some fucking grub because you're around other cultures. That's where actual like the actual fucking homogenization of America happens at
yeah.
is at the lower
Right.
levels and shit.
Some of the
So
best-
that's where the best food comes from.
Some of the best food, like barbecue in the South, is owned by like an old white man that definitely knows how to cook.
Some old lady and look, that stuff came. A lot of that comes from black culture, and even like you go to like Texas and a lot of their food, they take a lot of stuff from like Mexican cultures. But the whole thing that makes it bomb is like when the stuff comes together, and it's like over time they've really curated this like fucking
They
specific
perfected it.
The
thing.
cuisine
Yeah.
is
You know what I
insane.
mean?
New Orleans is like
Yeah.
French and like Southern. Like,
Yeah.
that's a crazy
it's
mix.
all- it's
It's
great,
good.
but it's
That's why-
awesome together.
That's
dude.
why it's important to like pass down the tradition like to the T, because and it's like a game of telephone. Over time, I think it kind of gets lost.
little different,
Right?
little different,
Exactly.
And even the on some trippy shit, even the ingredients like people use, like from that, like
Yeah.
no matter what, like you could use the same shit, but like the soil changes, everything changes to where.
Well,
that's why you gotta appreciate what you're eating in that moment. Everything is like so.
They say
now.
pizza and bagels are the best in New York for some reason.
Dude, so I was just in Boston, and so I don't know about New York because I've never been. But East Coast in general, and the place I went to was like a New York pizza place, right? And it had like some mean Italian guy working too, which made it feel even
Yeah.
more authentic.
More
He was
authentic,
like,
right.
he's like, oh, like what do you want?
It's
You
not
know?
a Mexican.
What do you
Fuck
want?
yeah.
And we all order and shit, and then we order, and he goes, you should wait about 15 minutes. There's gonna be a fresh pie. So he's like a kind of a dick, but he's looking out for you.
But he's-
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
And I got
That's
this
cool.
shit. It's the biggest fucking slice of pizza. It's like a foot long, but somehow the whole bottom of it is crispy and like perfectly like the crunch every bite. Where I'm like,
I tried to
what the
tell
fuck?
Chris a foot long was big.
How did we mess that up here? Well, I think modestly. I think it is. I think a foot long is big.
So I tell
think
the
it's
ladies.
I think it's enough.
A foot long's huge, right, guys?
Yes, sir.
I'll put it this way: I didn't eat the whole pizza, and it was delicious. I saved part of it for later because it was about a foot.
You
maybe
couldn't
a
fit
foot
the whole
and a
thing in your
half.
mouth. That's what it
All
was.
right, guys. All right, let's get the show on the road. Let's get the show on the road. We got a couple things to get through today. First
I
off,
said, let's stop talking about fucking.
That was the intro.
Stop talking
I
about
gotta-
sexual pizza.
I got to
motherfuckers.
fucking cleanse the palate one time. We got home movies in with us today.
That's right.
When you're listening to this, it is his birthday.
It is his birthday. We gotta clap it
Happy
up one time.
birthday.
Clap it up one time. We also
Happy birthday, happy birthday.
Monty's gonna get something from the back real quick for us.
We got a little surprise.
He's gonna put on his cheerleading outfit.
Talking.
Sweeter than German chocolate.
Serenade me.
And move like a folly stand.
There it is. Celebration.
Oh,
Birthday
holy
boy.
go, let's go, let's go.
It's just dripping all over my lap.
The only way you like it.
A little prosecco.
I didn't know what you guys.
I'm very prosecco.
Nice.
I used to be anti-secco, but now I'm very prosecco.
It's pronounced Succo.
We didn't know what to get, but it was like champagne's always the
Prosecco mode.
or something sparkly, you know.
This works for me.
Happy birthday, sir.
Now, are you gonna open it?
You gotta
him
open it.
He's got to open it.
How old are you? 22, right? Look at that jawline,
Yeah,
yo.
I'm fresh.
Damn,
he's
the
mewing.
jawline.
Oh, he's been
fresh
mewing
out
for
of
sure.
junior college. I got a Jawser size, not sponsored. No, this is God given, and
Hell yeah.
also years of stress. I found does wonders for building
Increase.
a jawline.
Oh,
They say don't grind your teeth. I have little enamel left, but
That's what they called me in high school.
like little enamel. Hey yo, this my homie Little Enamel.
Lil A.
All right,
Here we go. Moment of
About it.
truth.
About to
Pop
pop
it.
it.
And
Happy
that was
birthday.
not Chris.
That was not. I know you guys are used to hearing it every other episode, but
Yes,
this time
sir.
it wasn't Chris.
it
I
felt
just
nice.
pulled something out of my mouth.
It's a little fucking. Here, I'm gonna put that.
Yeah, we
Pass it over. Did you give him a
somewhere I
cup?
can put it.
Yeah, he's got a cup right here.
Okay.
put it right here.
Yeah, well, how old are you turning actually?
I'm turning
Old enough.
Old enough.
30 years old.
Ladies.
The big 3-0. Big 3-0.
There you go. There you go. The next realm.
Yeah. You know, it's a trippy thing because it's one of those. While you're
Open that
growing
one, let
up,
'em
you
handle
always
that.
think about it like, especially in your 20s, you're like, oh my god, 30, like that's
For
like
sure.
you're like
You're an
this,
old head, right?
But,
That's what-
Yeah, I mean, especially in
Yeah.
rap too. So like coming from a background in rap, which is why I feel so blessed to have like tried to grow outside of it, which is sucks that it is stigmatized like that. Because as a rapper and as an artist, like if that's how you express yourself, like there shouldn't be a fucking stigma or a cap
Right.
on it or a reason that it's no longer cool or whack. But for some reason, that thing is ingrained, like that thought.
For
And it
sure.
for sure was in me to be like, oh, and then on top of that thing that tells you, oh, if you're not big
By this.
by this age, then you're whack. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
for
okay
sure.
to be a 30-year-old rapper if
sure.
you blew up at 25,
Right.
or even better if you blew up at 20.
Right.
But it's hard. But you go look.
But then
at,
you get the
dude,
Jay-Z's.
or you look at fucking
Tizos.
St. John Tizo, bro. I
Yes.
love looking at Tizo.
Yes.
But guess what, Tizo? He's like different. You got
sure.
it's something about rap, bro. It's still full of so many stigmas, and that's why I love pop for what it is, because it is this thing that's meant to be ambiguous. It's meant to be like kind of like you kind of know how to describe it, but try. Like, you know what I mean? It's more of a like a concept than it is a sound. And so it opens up a lot for artists that like, yeah, someone like Tizo, you can still be it's dope, you know what I
Right.
mean? But in general, I don't think there should be that fucking stigma. That
I agree.
sucks, dude.
I agree.
Because if someone goes hard enough, and guess what? If someone does go hard enough and they say the right shit and they hit the right pocket, like we were talking about Prof in the interview, he's hitting like kind of like this little wave right now that's working
sure.
for him, and he's got to be almost 40, right?
Yeah, for sure,
for sure.
He's been around, yeah, for
right?
sure.
So I remember when I was going to his shows, but he was never that popular, and only now has he hit this stride. So I think one, it goes to show, it's like that old Nip quote where he talks about like you're usually like closer to your end result than you are from your destination.
started.
So our biggest problem as artists a lot of the time, and especially as a rapper, is that feeling of fuck, I didn't make it when I was supposed
Yeah,
to.
yeah,
so I'm
yeah.
whack. I guess I'm
Yeah.
gonna just pack my bags and head up
Right.
out of here.
Right.
I mean, if that was how we really handled our shit, we would have never like met any of the people that we did, because I'd have packed up at 25. That used
sure.
to be my number when I was
That's
a kid.
well,
Yeah,
that was my number, and I definitely stopped.
Well, a lot of things changed. Like you started
Well,
a
yeah, I
family,
started a
and,
family
stuff,
and
So a
stuff,
lot
but-
of you know.
dude, and then your life, like your trajectory, like the different things you're passionate about, they take on different meanings. I was in love with music, bro. I understand now, bro. You have a kid, you fall in love with that kid,
For
sure.
bro. That's like your whole heart now. So the room for music and the space it takes and what it like, and especially as grown up, bro. When we're kids, we lean on music, and when we find that as part of our identity, that is like taking up a lot of space that everybody has that hole when
I
they're
agree.
growing up that they need to fill, you know? And so you've a family, bro, like a kid, bro. I see that now for real when I never understood it fully until now seeing Denim's kid. Like
Yeah.
and how much I love him already.
Right,
It's just my
right.
nephew.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like,
Right.
oh, that's crazy. And that fulfills you, bro. And fulfillment is the most important thing in life. Not
yeah.
money, not fucking anything else. Be
Fulfillment.
fulfilled, dude. Have
Yeah.
your heart full. Have your fucking life full.
For sure.
It's a whole bar.
That is.
Yeah, dude.
Money will never do that. Money will never.
I
you know,
just-
it can help with things,
I would
but
love it. I would
yeah,
love
of
it, bro.
course.
I'm not
It's
one of
a-
those dickheads who's like fucking and not to just fucking call people dickheads, but whatever. Like
there's
some of these motherfuckers
Yeah.
who are like fully of that, like when you're able to get to that like spiritual, even enlightened place and give up all your properties, you gonna need some shit to give up. Like, okay, so most people who are like that, they've gotten to that point. They were born in that place of just having material like wealth or just a lot of material shit, you know what I mean? And so they're able to give it up and go, I'm gonna go find myself in the mountains and smoke ayahuasca. Like,
Right.
bro, those trips cost fucking 10
Yeah.
grand. What do you mean?
For
You
sure.
went to fucking South
Yeah.
America,
Where's
and
the
did
baby?
ayahuasca and found yourself. You know what I
Where's the
mean?
baby?
Yeah.
With my grandma or with its grandma.
No, I definitely feel that. I just had, like, I just fell into that uncle phase too, where like my siblings finally had kids, and I'm like, yo, that's a whole different experience. You know, you get to see life a little bit differently. Like you said, fulfillment is a big thing. I totally
Yeah.
agree with that.
I'm not an uncle yet. None of my brothers have kids or anything, but
Blaz has
It could
two
be
kids
you
actually.
first.
Yeah, I got two.
yeah,
You
probably.
could be the one to either uncleize or turn people on.
Uncle-
I like that term, yo.
Yeah, I got uncleized.
Uncleize, y'all.
And in the eyes of an uncle.
Monty's actually my daddy, so he.
Oh, wow. That's so sweet. And you guys were talking about your wedding earlier, and we're going to get back to those cock rings.
Yeah.
You two.
Oh yeah, you guys were talking about that.
Such a sweet idea.
Yeah,
We're not gonna
before
put
we-
rings on our
ring fingers
fingers.
that's already used up, man.
Ring
We're
fingers?
taking it to the next level.
Yeah.
Finger rings.
Well, I'm sure you could probably use the same measurement. And it would be,
I'm gonna put a ring pop around
Yeah,
my
just
finger. He's gonna
about-
sit on it.
that would turn into a fun dip.
Well, since Dalton is giving you guys the cock rings, I'm gonna give you guys molds of your guys each
As
other's
long as you give it
dicks.
to me with your mouth, I'm chilling.
You know what's so funny, dude? I've talked to my chick about that, where it's like we'll joke about it, like, oh, like whenever you go on trips, I would want that, right? But what you imagine, like that process would actually be super trippy, because like I don't know if you ever tried to even do like a mouth guard yourself. Like you can, it's easy, but like when you start doing like a full like dental impression, it's kind of you need someone to hold that shit. You know what I mean? So like, and I wouldn't. You probably go to an office, I assume. You know?
Yeah, and is your
Gotta
girl
get
gonna
it
be
worked
okay with it
up.
being a girl?
I mean, and
does
is it
have
a girl?
to be a dude?
Is it what if like and what if the girl doesn't do as good of work?
Yeah,
Bro.
and how
Because
long
I
do you
want-
have to stay hard?
I want my cock properly represented,
Bro, how-
or maybe even a little bit of love on that. If you
a
guys
little
could
bit,
bump the
a little bit
JPEGs up.
enhanced.
Take a couple rhinos.
Enhance.
Bro, how do my veins show up in the putty?
You guys want to know some real crazy shit?
Yeah, yeah, I do, I
of
do.
course.
They're doing they're doing filler for your dick now.
Oh, I know about that forever now.
Yeah,
Yo, I got an appointment Tuesday. I got an appointment this Tuesday.
No, dude,
Come
a lot of that
on,
shit
bro.
is not. A lot of that shit is not natural, bro.
I'm telling you, you saying a lot of what we're seeing on the hub.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what-
Hey,
exactly.
That's crazy, yo.
What did
What's this website called? real quick?
And look, I want everyone out there to know that you should feel comfortable with yourself and your body. We don't body shame, and that means cock sizes too, ladies.
I think Chris Rock was the one that said it's like 6 billion views a month, but it's just me, huh?
Yeah.
You know, we're talking about age right now. Do you remember David Banner? Are you familiar with that?
David Banner.
Yeah.
A lot of people are criticizing him right now because he's like 50-year-old, and he came out with a statement that's like, now that he's like, I'm ready to find a wife and get married because I feel like I've reached my career goals already.
At 50.
Yeah.
I fucked all the bitches I wanted
Look,
to.
like,
Yeah.
if he wants a wife, that's one thing, and that's cool. Like, he probably can't find one, and to be with someone, is he fully even going to be capable of that?
Ooh.
That's to see, because like,
Biologically, you
dude,
should.
not, like
What?
I think a lot
Yeah,
of
'cause
like
you get old.
monogamy like is a learned process, bro.
Oh,
and learning
I
to
see what
like
you mean.
trust your partner and have a relationship
why I was like,
and have
what?
it be functional.
fucking
That takes,
racist,
like,
yo.
time.
I'm saying because don't they say that after a certain age your nut goes bad?
No, but he was
100%,
talking
he's
about
not gonna
like,
have kids.
No,
So
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
So
talking to.
Al
one,
Pacino just
he
had
could-
kids
but
at, like,
he
80.
could he could for sure find a woman who doesn't want to have kids,
Mm-hmm.
and he could adopt. And does he not have kids? He might have
pretty sure,
kids
dude.
out of wedlock
You're right.
already. So
Probably.
he's looking for a wife. That's what he said. He wants a wife.
Someone who to
which is
come
cool.
home
Someone to
to.
take care of him
Someone
and to lay
to-
with. He doesn't
yeah.
even have to come home if he's fucking that rich. He's good. They could just chill all day, right? But if he's never been in a successful monogamous relationship. Like the only people who can really ever speak on that, like, are
Yeah.
people who are still
Married.
fucking married,
Yeah.
and whatever
Laz.
their perspective is on it. But like, if you never learned how to do that, that's gonna for sure be hard. at
We
50,
argue
bro.
with Laz all
Dude,
the time.
It's hard to learn how to fucking it's hard to learn how to play guitar at 50. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
you don't learn things
Let
as
alone
easier.
fucking have
Well-
balance like a true relationship.
Yeah.
with
Dave
somebody.
Grohl. You heard just Dave Grohl.
What happened?
He just cheated on his wife
dude.
and had a kid out of wedlock.
And
And he's
crazy
like
for
50,
someone
60,
like
and they've
him.
been
who's-
married.
and he made it through like the height of his career without being that way.
Yes,
Like
so,
super squeaky clean.
So
It's because it's you know.
the power of the Lord.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. And he and people do make fucking mistakes in that sense, and like, it's
he came inside of her.
yeah. Well,
Yeah, but he's also like this superstar. and
Yeah,
he's
but
like,
you don't think he gets?
Yeah, but he's a little
like,
different.
when he
tail-
was married, he has kids,
it's
right?
the only
Yes.
thing that makes it, I think, bad is the fact, like he's saying, he's having a kid out of wedlock, and the fact that he's like, it's just that he's done with like
Yeah.
if this was
Yeah.
fucking
Rockstar era.
if this was Everlong, Dave Grohl, even if this was Dave Grohl and like Nirvana, he was like a kid. Like if he
Right.
was fucking multiple bitches,
Sure.
who cares, right? You
Right.
know, it's crazy to make it.
He's
through
like
your
50,
whole,
60.
That is crazy just to make it through your whole
He
relationship.
made
Yeah.
a documentary,
But
recording an album with like his playing with his kids in the pool, and like
shit.
his daughter comes up to the
That was
guitar.
guilt.
He's recording, and he's like, stop, and she like hits the guitar, so they have to stop, and it's like this cute scene where he's like, "This is what it's like having kids, but I love her."
But I'm a rock star with kids. Yeah.
Damn.
See, and you know,
So does that speak to temptation?
Well,
Like-
let you were about to say something.
I don't know. I just be thinking, like I don't have enough context. Like with like the Will and Jada shit, like we know that like that whatever they say, we only know like that they're really out there
yeah.
fucking people, right?
They're, like open probably,
Okay,
bro.
so the story is still that this whole time he's been such a good guy, and he just started fucking young pussy. I mean, like,
That'll
you
do
know
it.
what I mean? In all reality, and has she been there the whole time through his whole career, and he hasn't been fucking people? Yeah, maybe as like two adults, they've sat multiple times and been like, "You better stop fucking these bitches." For
sure.
And he's like been like, "I swear, babe."
Well,
I'm
I've heard
gonna
he's
hold it down."
also
But-
like been fucking these dudes out here. So
Dave Grohl.
You jealous?
Oh, I thought you were talking about Will Smith because I thought you said Jada.
Will Smith. I think
I thought you
that's
said
a
Jada
given.
and Will.
I think that's a given. I
Yeah.
think they're like
Ooh.
forever that there's always been rumors about Will Smith's
swinging.
sexuality.
Him and
for
Jazz?
one. I mean, ever
Him and
since that, y'all go back to that super old movie of him.
Which one?
I forget
Hancock.
what it's called. I don't know the name, but I
name
remember it
gives it
came
away.
on. I was in a
Independence
hotel
Day?
one time and it came on. No, it's one of his like first films, but he plays.
a gay dude, right?
He's and there's pretty like he's like.
Leaning
He's
into the
being
character.
physical, yeah, and he's leaning into the character.
Maybe that's
to
like-
say the least. Dude.
Oh,
To
he,
say the
let's
least.
say he was a natural.
It's one thing. It's one thing to be Big Mama. It's another one to play a gay guy.
This is in the 90s too.
Maybe
getting
it's like
given.
his
so
hazing.
to be the whole way it's pitched at that point too is like, oh, you're like a daring artist and stuff. But I think more the reality of it is that's people's palettes behind curtains in the entertainment industry have always been different than the general audience's
Right,
palette.
right.
And so they just figure out a way to navigate that.
So do you
but
guys-
I definitely think he has proclivities.
So do you guys throw that same thing onto Jake Gyllenhaal and Heath Ledger? Or do you think that people just kind of like threw that to the side and were able to move past
What
that?
the
Do I
that?
think
They did Brokeback Mountain together?
Yeah.
yeah.
Look, like I've never seen Brokeback Mountain.
Me neither.
I've never
Me
watched
neither.
it.
Me neither.
Me either.
But
I saw it.
Of course
both
you
of
did.
them are great actors.
Yeah, for sure.
So for one, I'm sure it was fucking like they're not actors who
Well, they played those
they're
gay guys
not-
good, all right.
They're not reading the lines, dude. They're not just reading the lines.
They're
Ooh.
feeling
They're
the
feeling
lines.
it, dude.
Yeah.
And for someone to be able to do that already, like I'm saying, behind the curtain, theater, really a lot of that entertainment, it comes from like theater kids and shit.
sure,
and
for
like
sure.
their whole culture is like a little different. Like as far as that goes.
I was in drama. I was in drama.
What
I
do
did
you, what
improv.
do you want me to say?
Have you ever taken any acting classes? I know
That
you
one
did.
time at band camp, you know, them kids did something in that bunk, bro. They, you know, everybody was blowing trombones and
That wasn't a flute in my pants.
It was a skin flute, to be exact.
Have you ever taken any acting classes?
Skin flute.
Yeah.
yeah. So as a kid, me and Denim both went to what was called Gary Spatz Playground.
Ooh.
Shit.
Hey yo.
Hey, yo.
Hey, who's this Gary guy, yo?
Yo,
And why is he spatting
honestly,
everywhere?
He's a real nice guy.
I would
Yeah.
ask that too because he is he works directly with Disney.
Oh yeah.
And it was
Oh,
Dead
man.
giveaway.
he has an acting.
Are you okay,
fucking-
bro?
I am fine.
Let him
We
let him
didn't
get
see
through
on
it.
that Nickelodeon documentary.
Blink twice if you need some help.
Let him get through.
Chris Hansen's gonna pop out right now.
No, dude. Honestly, it was a great experience every time I went. It was cool.
Yeah.
Only thing, I never got fucking on Disney.
I
I
see.
you know, I don't.
Oh, he was a scumbag. Did
Wait,
anyone
wait,
make it
man,
up
that's
Disney?
a good
I was
thing.
a
What-
very mature young man.
What's,
I knew what the fuck I
You were
was doing.
6'4" at 12 years old.
I was, dude. I would play. You know what? At baseball tournaments,
Yeah.
I was the fucking kid that like parents would be yelling, "Where's his driver's license?" and
Ah.
shit. I'm like, Mom, they're being mean to me.
That's a
You're
good
the guy
problem to
that's
have.
cheating.
Throw 80 miles per hour, dude. That's why.
This guy's cheating
What
over
grade
here.
is he in?
This guy's a narc.
Wait, hey,
graders aren't that tall.
what kind of exercises would you do at like acting classes? What are like the warm ups like?
Oh, okay.
Well, you
Is there
start.
something
you
we can
s-
do right now?
Oh, for sure.
Oh,
for
Give
sure.
us something. Give
so
us.
you start when everybody gets there, and everybody's got to do tongue twisters
Oh.
because you got to be able to like. If you slip up and you have like
pussy.
little weird, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's easy,
eat
bro.
Pussy the way I want to eat pussy.
Sally sells Sally
much-
sells seashells by the seashore.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck? I got
More
this.
like okay, red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow. Like and
You gotta
say it
say-
until you can do it like 5 times, like red leather, yellow leather, and like even now it's getting harder.
Yeah,
My mouth is starting to do
yeah.
that. So you do shit like that. You Sally sells seashells by the seashore. Kimberly carefully composed complimentary communications. That was one of them we had to
Okay,
do.
tongue twisters.
I was fucking like 10. when
Now,
they told
now
us
is
these
this
things.
just for pronunciation?
Yeah, so now your mouth is like, you get used to
It's
saying
ready.
a lot of because a lot of shit that's in scripts, like in a natural conversation, you have to learn how those beats are. But especially for like children's shows and what we were like reading for a lot at that time was like Disney type shows. Some of the things people say aren't really natural.
Right.
So you want to be like ready to be super expressive and
Right.
like all that. It's you want all your shit loose to be able to
Hey,
speak.
yo,
You want
yo,
all
no
that
Diddy, yo.
shit.
Hey.
You want all that shit loose.
All right. So a question for all of us.
Yeah.
You especially since you took the acting class and you're the closest we have to an actor. The closest that I've ever met to an
Look
actor.
at that jawline.
You could get closer.
I did improv.
What's the farthest you would go in the movie? What's the
The
farthest,
farthest
you
from an
guys, like? Would you do a Brokeback Mountain?
What's that
scene?
paycheck like?
So
What's that paycheck like?
for one, I've in general I've had this conversation with my chick where I already know like I wouldn't be able to explore certain roles because it just wouldn't be comfortable like to be able to hold that down. You know what I mean? And as far as like a gay role or something like that, I think in today's day and age, Heath and Jake would get canceled for not being gay.
You're right.
That's how sensitive shit.
That's
They don't
right
want
about
to be,
that. Hell yeah.
bro. And you know what? You know what Dominic Fike had to do? He had to date that the
For sure, the transgender chick.
Yeah. So and they actually dated outside of the show.
Right. That
And
could have
I
been PR, you don't think?
Yeah. But guess what? Why? Also because you can't. Like you're not allowed to portray something you're not.
Right,
now. Like,
right.
So
That makes a lot of sense. I never thought about
you know
that, to
what
be
I mean?
honest.
Unless you're one of the people, dude. You got to be like,
Dude,
if
we had
you're
Brad
Matt-
Pitt as a Mexican. We had Tom
if you're
Cruise
Matt
as a samurai.
McConaughey,
That was a different
Yeah,
time.
but that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about this
Era.
Today.
right now.
Yeah.
You
So
could
right
not play
now-
a black guy on the movie.
Right now, it's more
Hey,
dangerous.
yo.
Oh, maybe he
It's just
can.
more dangerous right now.
For
like
sure.
in that landscape, and like people are so much more sensitive. I still think like to a degree, people should all be fair game. Everything should be fair game. And if it's not done well, then
Yeah.
we get on your head, bro.
For sure.
Because if something's executed right, bro, to this day,
It's
Tropic
great.
Thunder's fucking hilarious,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah,
Who
yeah.
cares what boundary people push? And even in that,
Right.
he in the one of the mini roles in that he's playing a gay priest who's making out with Toby Maguire. That was the mini movie in the beginning of Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, for
Dude,
sure.
just fucking if everybody could just stop clutching their pearls, we'd be able to fucking laugh together
Yeah.
a little bit, and we are to a degree. We're starting to get like closer to that.
Right,
you know what I
right.
mean?
I think the farthest I could go is like Big Mama.
Yeah, and even that, like, I don't know if how much I always think that is funny. If a scene genuinely called for a reason for a guy to be in a dress, if it made sense in the script,
Yeah.
like I need to do.
Well,
this.
he's an
This scene
FBI
made
agent,
sense.
I think.
Now you want to know how I would write it, which people would probably be offended by, is if there was some sort of like transgender thing happening or like a pride parade or something like that, and these men are using that to disguise themselves to pull off whatever they need done in it.
Oh,
Like a white
yeah.
And,
chick.
and it doesn't have to be shown as it's like a positive thing, but it just needs to
Yeah.
make sense for the motivation in the script. Why the fuck are these men putting dresses on?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
Make it make sense for me.
Yeah.
Back then, it was a little more hee hee ha ha, you know what I mean? Like, but I don't like a lot of old hat shit. Like, if it's like a joke that's just been done,
Yeah.
you gotta do it really well.
You guys,
Like-
anyone watch the show Community?
Yes, dude.
Okay, do you remember I think it was the World of Warcraft episode where, what was it? Ken Jeong, he did blackface.
Yeah.
But he was doing like a World of Warcraft character who was like
Who's a-
dark,
yeah,
and
yes.
they made a joke that like the black girl, Shirley, she made a joke like acknowledging the blackface, and she's like, "This isn't blackface. Like you're doing the character, and it's still
Yeah,
like
it made
wouldn't-
sense.
And
it made
yeah.
sense.
And what? And,
And- but
even
they were
still,
playing
it still ended up being an issue. Probably
It's-
later.
yes.
Too.
Yeah,
Not when
people
it
are
came
always-
out, not with the people who watch
Exactly.
it.
Yeah,
the people
yeah.
that's for
The casuals.
it's just someone
People
who
who
wants a
understand
problem
it.
with anything, and that shit sucks, bro. And but back to like what I would really like. How far would I go? In like in the sake of like for my art, if acting was my fucking like heart and calling, you know what? I would do something. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Right,
But it's
right.
not. That's not like so.
I understand.
That shit doesn't.
I'd
Like,
hire
you,
you.
like we said, bro, those fools have to really feel that, and I'm
Yeah.
not. I'm not even. I'm not
Yeah.
capable
You
of
can't
it.
put yourself in
and
that
it's not
headspace.
enough of my. But you
Yeah.
know what I can do as a writer?
Yeah.
I could write a gay character.
Yeah.
I could write somebody in love with
I can see
someone.
that.
I felt love. I felt desire for somebody. I don't think those emotions or those motivations, those wants and those human things are different because somebody sucks a dick and I don't. Like I like me, how bad I want like, and to be vulgar, how bad I would want to like fucking eat my bitch out or some shit
Yeah.
is the same thing they're gonna be feeling or whatever in a
Right.
moment. So I can write that character
Yeah.
just as well.
I
But
agree.
am
Yeah.
I gonna play it? No. Like it's and
Write it for me and
That's
Monty.
not for me.
I'll play
you know
it.
what I mean? Oh, we could. But for you guys, I would want to do something.
Oh, yeah,
that
tell us,
is
tell
just-
us.
Ooh, give me a Titanic
that, you know,
sweaty,
rides the line of
the
delicate and dangerous. You know,
Who's the delicate one and who's the
I'm
dangerous
intrigued. I'm intrigued.
that's for you to decide.
one? Can he be the delicate one and him the dangerous one?
I'm the top. Yo. I'm the top, yo.
He's He's projecting a little bit right now. He said, "Can he be the delicate?"
Yeah, he wants it to go his way. Yeah.
He's used to,
He's gonna be the first
A
watcher.
little bit of voyeurism in there.
Chris is used to be in the power bottom, so I need him to be
The
the
man
top
in the
now.
window.
Yeah.
The man in the window. Everybody needs a man in the window, dude. I used to be the man in the window.
I'm down. I'm down to turn the other cheek for Chris. You know.
Turn the other cheek. Look,
I'll split
somebody's-
those cheeks before
I
they
don't know
return.
who's the bigger man, but
That's for you to decide.
and we've completed the circle. So, did you guys watch the UFC fights?
I did. You were talking about Sugar Sean
Sean,
O'Malley and how he let you
yeah.
down because
That's
you know he
fun, dude.
represents like the Mexican version
Your
of
future
you.
child.
Well, just knowing that, like, I like that, bro. And like you said, bro, we all grew up, dude. Down here, especially if you have to try to not be a part of like Mexican culture
For sure,
You
for sure.
have to be.
for sure.
That's where you like motherfuckers will be racist. If they
Yeah,
were like,
yeah,
but you have
yeah.
to try
Yeah,
to
yeah.
not have Mexican friends. Here.
Yeah.
For
Like,
sure.
What do you mean? Like
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
San Juan Capistrano and San Clemente. Like
Yeah,
what do you
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
So fuck yeah, I fuck with when somebody is like champions that energy of
Yeah.
being like that. Like fuck yeah, bro. I'm a white boy,
Would you-
but I'm close with that culture.
For sure. What,
But
You grew up around all that,
yeah, and beyond that, I like him as a fighter. He's always been like a fun fighter to
dude.
watch.
Yeah,
He's a great boxer.
He's really
Dude.
good.
Oh man, it was
What-
frustrating,
it
dude.
just-
What'd you think?
sucks,
Because
yeah.
like a lot of people's whole notion about that whole card was that it was kind of boring. Did you feel the same way
card
about
was
it?
not boring, bro. The first two fights, those fools
Ronaldo
got
Rodriguez,
down, bro.
he almost got knocked out
What sucked was and even Brian Ortega fucking.
Oh, that was a great
What do
fight.
you mean, bro?
That was a great
three-
fight.
3 great fights.
You're right. You're right.
What sucks is the championship bouts.
Yes.
Were the fucking WrestleFest, bro.
Yes.
And for whatever reason, like I've grown to a point where I appreciate grapplers more than I used
technicality.
to. You know what I mean? And I still I'd rather watch Islam than I'd watch Marab.
For sure.
But even Marab has a bit of that like I do like that they are constantly looking to finish you.
Right.
Yeah.
But some of that didn't feel like that in this fight with Marab. He just was mauling him, but he wasn't like, I mean, look, again, it went to decision. And I
Yeah.
like fucking, all the daggies, bro, because
For sure.
whether you don't like that style, they don't go to decision. You fucking tap to those
sure.
boys.
Yeah.
That's what the fuck goes down. Or they put you out. And Marab, as good as he is, and he's won fucking 17 fights in a row, they're all decisions. He fucking, it's like,
I feel like wrestling grappling is a long game.
yeah.
You
And
know,
it's dude, and-
striking and power punches.
It kind of gets boring though. You know, people want to see
dude,
blood. People
beyond
want to
that,
see.
bro, we
Real-
want the story that we've gotten to watch, bro. We've seen Sean come from the Contender Series,
Yes.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
then becoming a star, being like he's like best friends with the Nelk Boys, and
Right.
he's fucking
Yes.
and
Prime
this
time.
whole shit with that. It's like we like watching that as an arc, you know. And
Yeah.
Marab, and not for nothing, bro. Like Americans, bro. He's our last American
For sure.
champ, bro.
For sure, for sure.
We don't have an American champ in the UFC now.
Yeah.
So
He took a no.
that and so that's where we're at. And
So they're taking
I
everything
definitely
from
want
us.
that, except for John Jones, if you count John Jones as the heavyweight champ
okay.
right now, which is a whole other discussion.
He's
But
undefeated, bro.
That was the last guy that I'm a fan of that I wanted to win his championship fight. That it feels like it's been a month of just watching fucking Izzy just lost to fucking
Yeah,
DDP.
yeah.
Fuck, it keeps being the guy that it's like I don't want to watch this sloppy
Yeah.
shit. But
How'd you feel about the last round of that fight? Because a lot of people said that he stunned Marab.
he
and-
hurt him with that
and
stomach
he didn't
kick.
follow it up.
Yeah, he didn't have the gas on at all.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought somewhere between that, like in the end of that fourth even or something,
Mm-hmm.
there was a moment where I was watching. I was like, Sean, like definitely looks dejected
For sure.
and like he's giving up, and that was my least favorite part of it. I was like,
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
He definitely
Yeah,
smashed
that's
the-
right.
He
the night
felt
before.
A little bit. He just
Yeah.
looked a little bit like he had decided, fuck, like this is gonna keep happening. He's gonna keep taking me down. Nothing's
Yeah.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
And I'm losing this fucking fight. And he looked like the wrestling got him tired enough that by the last round, even when he was cracking, bro, he
was
didn't have
defeated.
enough to put him out.
He was
He
defeated
just didn't
already.
have enough to fucking just drop his ass.
Yeah.
If he was still fresh, like first round, how he could hit him,
Yeah.
he could knock him out still. But he knew,
Yeah. He
fuck,
ran out.
I don't have my knockout juice no more.
For sure.
And there's only a couple minutes left, and
He ran out of stamina.
that's a wrap. And when I see a fighter fight like that, instead of being fucking
It's over.
the Max Holloway fucking vibes, the
Right,
shit
right.
you want to see
Yeah,
from
the-
a guy.
the bang outs.
You want to see
Last-
a dude
last 30 seconds.
because it's happened, bro.
For sure.
We watched
We saw that.
fucking a few months back when Dustin was fighting that Saint Denis fool, and he was
sure.
getting fucking tagged against the fence, bro. And it was like, damn, Dustin's losing this fight, and he knocked that fool the fuck
sure.
out. It can happen in 10 seconds, but you gotta that mental part of like
Mamba.
fuck this, I'm about to do it. Yeah, some Mamba mentality shit though, bro. I got fucking.
Show the people your
There
tab,
we
bro.
go.
24,
Live.
Let me
bro.
see that. I can't see that
That's a
in this
20
angle.
How does that look? Am I dainty enough? But yeah, dog. That's that 24, bro. I fucking bawled
Damn.
when Kobe passed, bro.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey.
Bawled,
That
dude.
was such a
Bawled my
weird.
eyes out,
that
dude.
was a really weird day for
Yeah,
me
it
too.
was.
Because the night before I was like in Lake Elsinore. I went to like this big fucking party and shit. I lost my wallet. It was like a huge event. So I fucking I hit up the promoter or something. He found my wallet. I don't know how the fuck. There was like 4,000 people there or something. I had to drive through the Ortegas, which is like this fucking super sketchy road.
Windy
Yeah,
fucking,
yeah.
And in the morning, first thing I hear is Kobe passed. And I was like alone on the
bizarre.
Ortegas. It's cloudy as fuck. And I'm like, yo, this feels like a dream.
Yeah.
You know, it didn't feel real.
Yeah, it didn't. Honestly, it didn't.
That was such like a weird time and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I mean, there's been a couple of those deaths that I felt like the Nip death, like felt like
That was
where it
weird.
stopped the
That
world.
was
But-
also
but
kinda-
for sure the Kobe shit hit me harder because that was
Yeah.
like. I mean, we were all kids growing up in California, but Kobe was God at one
Yeah.
point. Like,
was.
he's it, dude. Like,
And
if
LA
I
is right there.
To
if
some of us.
Dude, shout out all
Well,
the poor Clipper fans.
Who
that
did
are
you
out there,
Who did you
yo.
root for?
The
I'm
poor
a Clipper fan.
The
well,
poor.
that's crazy.
There's
that's,
no icon-
that's actually crazy.
There's no
Well, I'm
Kobe.
not-
For what reason? For what reason? Like,
Don-
who was your favorite
he's on
player
the-
as a kid?
Don,
Darius
these
Miles?
Clippers are
I used to
mentally
go to the
handicapped.
Because I
games
like
when they were.
Darius
My
Miles.
parents used to take me when I was a kid. It was affordable.
So it became
yeah.
tied to you. All right.
Oh,
I feel you.
okay.
I feel you.
We're gonna let you slide
We'll
on
let
that
that
one.
one slide. Yeah,
but
yeah.
even still, bro,
And-
I would root
and-
for the Clippers if
and-
they were playing. I didn't understand any need to hate the Lakers because you're a Clippers fan. Because come on, dog.
We're right here.
Because
Okay.
you're not
I'm
here
also
because you're not.
I'm also
Yeah.
not from here. I'm originally from Georgia, so I'm like fuck anything
All
LA.
right, fair enough.
I see.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
fair
I
enough.
never.
Except
I never.
the rap. The only thing I like from LA is the rap.
Yeah.
See, but that all right. Well, that's the whole thing, bro. You gotta
Yeah.
know from like Southern California, like as a kid, and it's like, and then if your parents are from California too, like
That's
it's
the thing.
ingrained.
Yeah.
I was never into basketball, but I remember my dad always telling me when I was a kid, "Oh, the Lakers, Kobe Bryant." You know, that's the only thing that I ever
And
knew about basketball.
Kobe, whether you like the Lakers or not, Kobe
Yeah.
is some shit, dude. Kobe
Him
is
as
one of
a
those
person.
motherfuckers, dude.
Bro, as
He's
a
just
person.
some shit, dude.
Yeah.
You're
Statistically,
gonna make Chris cry back there. Bro.
He's a
statistically,
fucking freak, bro. He was.
Yeah.
He's one of those real examples too, because like.
He's a Virgo
Bro,
too. Also,
him and,
just gotta put that
you
out
know
there.
You know who else like he like reminds me of that like is I mean Tom Brady is like another like that
Yeah.
kind of thing, or even Peyton, like one of these dudes who physically compared to all of your other peers who are in that top fucking 1 or 2 or 3
Yeah.
conversation, you aren't like as rawly athletic, but you are so fucking obsessed
for sure.
that you made up that difference.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
that shit is for people
Yeah.
like us who are like,
For
you
sure.
know, I'm saying I can't fucking really
Yeah.
sing, but I can if I
Yeah.
try.
Oh,
and
I can
try
get it.
and try. I can make a song just as good as
Fuck
you.
yeah.
Fucking
There
just
you
wait.
go.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I
Yup.
only gotta do it one
The
fucking time.
ambition.
Tom Brady
Yeah,
was the
man.
last pick.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And you
bro.
know what? That's crazy that you mentioned Peyton, because a lot of people overshadow Peyton Manning, especially now because you got, you know, you obviously you
Mahomes
had
and
Tom
shit.
Brady
Mentally, bro.
follow that out.
You got to think, because, like, all right, like, Tom Brady was slow, like, running around, right?
Yes.
But he threw a pretty ball still.
Yeah.
Peyton threw a fucking duck.
For sure.
You know how good at football you have to be
sure.
to throw a fucking duck that can barely make it 40 yards? You're the slowest dude on the field, and you still go and get some Super Bowls. That's
Yes,
crazy.
sir.
dude.
Would it be crazy to say Peyton Manning might be the greatest regular season quarterback of all
It's
time?
not a crazy take.
I think
regular season.
Not a crazy take.
All
Yeah.
time.
Not a crazy take.
All
yeah, I
time,
mean,
I guess. Yeah, he's one
Top-
of them.
he's right there.
It's like
Five,
it's,
top
it's like
the whole thing that's fucked is Tom was like his kryptonite.
Yes.
So it was like he was one of those dudes like when they played though, and he's sitting on the sideline.
But
Yeah.
It's
Well,
like DeMar
but-
DeRozan and LeBron.
But
It's like
we could say the same about Brady though. Those guys are his kryptonite because the only guys he lost to were like both the brothers.
Wouldn't you guys say this?
Well, he lost to Eli.
Yeah, but he's-
Eli. You know what? Eli got blessed with that like little brother like fucking
sure.
like
Mentorship.
like luck love energy
Yes.
that was like some reason like little brothers like I know how it is like we kind of like fall into some shit because your older brother is praised so much that like life goes, yeah, but look at you, you're gonna fucking win twice.
Right,
He's
right.
only gonna get one.
That's
you know what I
you.
mean, or whatever. Like,
That's you, bro.
It's
That's
that
you.
kind of shit. It's like it's something about that like way that like yeah. I mean, Peyton is like the obvious like. You think of him before you think of Eli, but Eli got more Super Bowls.
Well, isn't that the LeBron
Yeah.
Kobe take?
Cool.
Like a lot, like statistically, LeBron is better, right? He has more points. He's played
Yeah,
more
it's
games.
just-
But
Chill,
Kobe,
chill.
we know when we see him play, we're like, yo, that's different, right?
Well, and when you
Or
go,
no?
well, when you really go to it and you do all that, at the end of the day, and I love Kobe, but he's not Michael.
Obviously, no one's Michael.
not.
No one's Michael.
And Michael's in.
That's why I didn't say Michael. I didn't say Michael
But no
because
one's
the
LeBron.
Bulls, dude. The Bulls during that run, bro. The one year that they didn't win the championship, he was playing baseball. That's fucking come on, dude.
Yeah, but it
Like,
wasn't
that's
just Michael. He had Scottie Pippen,
Yeah,
bro.
dude.
Yeah,
Like,
but
come
that's
on.
so
Yeah.
go look at every fucking team ever and play that game.
that's true.
What?
I think the Warriors should smoke him.
dude. Okay, so
Who's
yeah,
guarding
so
Shaq?
look at the Warriors. What the one with Kevin Durant, Clay fucking Thompson,
Who's
and
guarding
Steph
Shaq?
Curry, and Draymond Green, and fuck. Yes, dude.
It's the
If you
same
do that-
team. It's just like
But
back
if
in the
you
day,
do that
bro.
with any team, yeah, but you can do that with Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar,
Yeah.
Michael Cooper. That team was fucking sick,
Good,
dog.
yeah.
You can do that with. That's the point. Dynasty teams. And you know what? I think that's gonna be Kevin Durant's biggest fucking regret of his life is not saying fuck it. Let's just hold it down. Let's break the records. Let's stay here and break the records because that'll live forever. They'd
Yeah.
be immortal. He would have hung out for one more year. They'd have broken the fucking. They would have for sure done it.
if KD and Russ would have stayed together and they beat the Golden State
Oh,
Warriors,
they could have stayed too, but
they
you
would have
know
been
what?
greater than Clay and stuff.
Russ had something like mentally happen. I think like throughout the years where all of a sudden it was like he was no longer like, it's not even physically, because he was still springy as fuck.
For sure.
But he at one point he was like a shooter.
I think he
could
lost
fucking
King-
shoot.
Don't you
and then
think
it was
that-
like he lost this, like his swag?
Yeah, don't you think that happened when he moved to the Lakers? Because he used to be
Yeah,
like the
they took his
superstar.
heart.
He used to be the superstar of his
But
team.
it was happening a
and then
little before.
Yeah,
That's older Russ. That's older Russ.
It is.
he was
older,
banging
but-
him out when he was still over there. Though.
Yeah,
I
it is
just
older,
think-
but it's like the literal, like that's what I mean. Like physicality, I felt like he looked just as fast. He's still flying all over the court. He's not sinking. He's not, and that's the mental shit. Exactly.
For me, I think for him, he has to be the main guy on the team.
Yeah, that makes sense, dude. I know how that is with like
He's not gonna
if you
win,
don't
though.
have that.
No, I know, but he has to be the main guy because if he's not, then he's just like, fuck. Why am I even out here? Why am I? Like I feel like he's just in his head. Like I used to be the man. They used to go to me for the last shot. Now I got to pass it to this guy to take the last shot.
Yes.
And it's just all mental shit.
Well, I hate to switch the gears here. This is breaking news.
Breaking
I don't
news.
know if you guys have heard, but Diddy has just been arrested by the feds.
Finally, huh?
No.
Yes, just now.
I
Just
just
happened
live.
now.
This is live
Well,
happening right
we
now.
saw it coming, and we talked about it here on the pod too.
Where'd they get
He
him?
was like just
On
at the
what?
beach, and bitches were walking up to
Yeah.
him saying "No Diddy" and shit. I was like,
Wait,
I seen
They're
that
about to
clip.
normalize that shit, bro.
Where'd they get him at? Like, in Florida or something?
I believe so, but he's arrested by the feds, so it doesn't matter where he got arrested. It's
Yeah, it's
a federal.
over. They got him.
and it's for let me see. I think I read the headline. It is for sex trafficking.
That's
Well,
you know what they about to do? They about
He's
to,
done.
They about to make getting the Diddy list a bigger deal.
Epstein.
Giving
Than
us
the Epstein one?
list, and so we don't fucking.
Bro, how do you feel about
yes.
that? Because like we kind of like, and I say we, but I'm talking like as a society, we kind of brushed over the Epstein
We
thing.
did.
Like, they
I-
killed him. He died, suicide, whatever,
We
and then
got like
we never questioned
enough
it.
of like the stuff after. All people wanted to be able to say was, "See, we knew you guys fucked kids."
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
they're done.
But the
Like,
thing is, it's
yeah,
different
you know.
because the other one, you get a list of famous people. I'm sure Diddy, you're gonna get a list of like nobody.
It'll
No,
be
there's
similar.
some famous people
It'll
on
be
that
similar.
list.
Some
But
artists,
the thing
yeah.
is, it'll be more celebrity based. Still some political and lawyer and some powerful people.
Yeah.
dude. But it'll give us that same like satisfaction publicly of fucking witch hunting some pedophiles. You know what I
Right,
mean?
Yeah.
right.
So who do you think is on that
It's the
list?
same shit going on again.
Who do you think is on that Diddy list? I've seen some people that don't like saying anything about Diddy, and I'm assuming that those people are on the list.
I think well the thing about the Diddy list is it's not going to be as damning because for one part of it is it's more like the Weinstein case than it is like the Epstein case because it's more about like power and collusion to people he was fucking people signed to him and shit like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Not bringing people to fuck little kids.
But I don't know, but what does he get picked up for with the fucking for the Fed shit right now?
I think a lot of it has to do with that whole Cassie situation, the video. But
Yeah, but
other-
it needs to be something that's like federally like what is this?
well, you
like-
know what they say that if he flies you out like over and then crosses a state line,
That's
and he
considered
pays you for
prostitution.
it's
sex,
considered human trafficking.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
and the other party doesn't like attest to like
That's where
everything
stuff
that happened.
gets like conflated really weird.
Yeah,
I want to
yeah,
know
yeah.
how much the stuff is that is similar to the Epstein situation, where the whole point is that we know that these women are underage. A, we bring them here for the purpose of
Exploiting.
entrapment.
Yeah.
Yes, and then above and beyond all else, our own exploitation and needs and
Right.
purposes of like because at the end of the day, they're like, oh well, this bitch is here, and
Yeah,
they,
yeah,
they
yeah.
do their own. They're weird too. Part of their main motivation is to be able to get blackmail and shit like that. But as long as they had intent to like use a person who doesn't have the ability to consent and use them sexually to
Yeah.
then
Well-
like pull out some plant, like that's fucking yeah, that's
Yeah,
fucking
that's
dark.
what-
It's
that's
crazy that
no,
that
That's what it
happens.
is. It's like
No facts here, and it's alleged. But
No
I
facts
don't
on the
think.
podcast.
I think that they haven't thrown the underage thing on him yet. Have
No,
they?
I think they have.
They
I
have.
think they
I
have.
didn't know.
At some point
to a
throughout the
degree.
case, I know I heard.
but it's
I heard that.
mostly associated to
like sex trafficking, like regular.
what I've
like,
seen, they've tied it to like it seemed like it was like people his son brought over, but it's weird how they'll allude and
Yeah,
again like
they
allegedly,
allude
it's
to
like
it.
yeah, it's like they'll say one of the alleged people was underage in the vicinity when this and this and this kind of stuff
Happened.
happened.
Oh,
Yeah, it's really.
okay.
Dude, I read the entire first
Yeah.
report from the guy who produced for him. Right.
Uh-huh.
My whole problem with that one is that guy, man, he's got some shit in it, and this isn't to defend fucking Diddy because
For sure.
I know. We know
Diddy.
We know.
he's a
We
dirty
all know.
motherfucker,
Yeah, yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Like, come on.
We know the truth.
But
We
this
seen the
dude,
videos.
this fucking guy who was his producer and shit, who said, he used to like make me sit in there while he showered and stuff, and like,
Yeah, yeah, I
like,
seen
and
that, I
for
seen
one,
that.
like, first off, like, fucking no, bruh. Like, I'm not coming in the room. For one, for two, though, part of the shit he named in his lawsuit, he literally says he made me go get these strippers and these sex workers, and then he had all of us have sex with them, and it's like. Oh, so you went and picked up
yeah.
strippers from the strip club and
Yeah,
brought them
yeah,
back to Diddy's, and then Diddy forced you to fuck this stripper chick.
He's probably on board the whole time.
That's what I
Yeah.
mean. Is
With
that,
free cocaine
Yeah.
everywhere? Come
dude,
on.
there is some shit
sure.
in it that is like,
yeah,
For sure.
questionable.
it is dark, bro.
Questionable.
It is
Yeah,
dark.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's like, and not on no fucking like victim blaming shit, but sometimes people do
Yes.
Okay.
know
Real quick.
where they're at and what
Yeah.
they're doing.
I
Yeah.
understand.
and
Do-
and they're fully down until it is a problem.
All right.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's what happens
Do-
with
That's
someone
true.
like that guy.
Yeah.
Do we feel the
To
same?
the women and to the people who were actually taken advantage of and fucked and like beaten and
Right.
abused.
That's not
like,
right.
bro. Like that's insane.
right.
Yes.
But for another man to like fucking sue a dude because he made me have a fucking foursome with two strippers
'Cause he's about to get caught.
and he implied that he kind of implied that like I would have to fuck Cuba Gooding Jr. Like, dude, I'm telling you, read this fucking
Yeah,
this lawsuit.
it's ridiculous.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Guy
It
trauma
really is
and
insane.
girl trauma
I
is
can
different.
tell there's fucking
Okay.
dark
Yes.
shit in
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
and there is some dark shit, dude. And he's for sure. We know that fool's dark.
Yes.
And it's like, but there's gonna be a point though where
Oh, he's dark for sure.
it's like, how do you deal with the industry? How
It's
do
a
you
house of
deal
cards.
with yes, dude? It's a house of cards, 100%.
Well-
Our whole fucking
Yeah, yeah.
everything, dude. Our whole infrastructure is built on this shit, and it's like.
Yeah.
These people, these characters, these personalities. I mean, look at it with some of these like YouTubers who keep getting in trouble for shit because, for one, some of these are guys who like should never have had that kind of access,
Right, the
to
platform.
like power into people, or they never have in general, and so they don't have the wherewithal to make mature, rational decisions, and they end up sitting and DMing a fucking
Yes.
15-year-old.
I seen that. I know what you're talking about, too.
bro. Like it's just
I know who you're talking about, dude.
you know, but,
Fuck, dude,
but
that
that's
was-
what happens is they like these people get in these positions, and then there's 10 sponsors tied to them. There's 10 other guys
sure.
who've collabed with them. There's
For sure.
all this stuff, and all these people are so fucking webbed and connected together that like
It
one
taints their
brick
name.
falls, dude. It's a house
Yep.
of cards, like he said. It is like so. That's what interests me about the Diddy shit, and like comparatively, we know why we haven't got the full Epstein case because
Yes.
it's gonna pull some Jenga pieces out.
Yes.
and and literally. The fucked up part is society's not going to be.
Let it fall.
Society can't take it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But you know
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
I got a little nephew, bro. I don't
Yeah.
want Armageddon. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I got my songs called it, bro. But it's
That's
not.
right. It's a great
I can't
song.
handle it. Like
It's live now. Go
In
on the-
in all reality, like it sucks, but so much of what we do is fucking wrong in how it works, and it's also built on that shit that I don't know, man. It would take a literal anarchical collapse
Yeah.
for shit to
In order for
fucking
shit to
happen.
change, right?
Yeah.
Laz, you had a question.
Oh, I was gonna take it back to like you said, victim shaming the producer. We had a conversation here about like what's her name, Cassie. The whole like beating.
Oh, yeah.
No one wants a woman to be touched or anything.
No, of
or
course
physically
not.
That
hurt.
video is crazy.
It
That
is.
is-
That
It's crazy.
is-
The craziest part to me. Here, continue. My bad.
But my question was like, do we feel the same about her? I mean, she stayed around. Like,
Well,
because that was the
okay.
conversation we were
Hey,
having
No,
here.
because
That's
she's
victim
being-
blaming.
No, because she's being beat, and when you
Yeah.
are being physically abused,
Yeah, yeah.
and you're being fucked. So for one, she's having oxytocin poured into her brain from having sex with this man. So she's connected to him
Biologically.
on a, like
Chemically.
a chemical level. Yeah. So that's already happening, and then to have the confusion of like the adrenaline and the moments of like fucking getting like
Fear.
beat by a man, bro. Like,
Yeah.
and for real, like I don't know if.
That's
I
some
don't know if you've
traumatizing
ever
shit.
been in a fight where like this fool is just stronger and is better than you.
For
Like,
sure.
where you're
Yeah.
losing this
For
fight.
sure. For
like
sure.
Yeah.
that feeling, but times 10. Like imagine, or if you ever been a kid and like a fucking
I got beat.
an older, yeah, you know what I mean? That dude, and like that fucking level of fear, and then fucking then we're going to the red carpet in like a week and shit.
Oh,
Bro,
yeah.
For sure.
That's got to do some crazy shit to
No, it
your
does.
to your neural pathways,
Yes.
dude. Like
Yeah.
what? Your response and dopamine system is gonna be nuts. I mean,
cranked.
that's what
For
happens.
sure.
He's a pimp.
For sure.
Does the same thing a pimp does to they bitches, right?
Well, pimps are sex traffickers.
You know what's even crazy? The craziest part about that video to me is how comfortable he was in a public fucking setting, a hotel hallway, bro.
Well, he knows his
wasn't
camera's
worried
there.
about shit.
He knows.
He's done that so many times.
Well, he's probably on drugs too.
That's
like,
the one video
you know,
that's
or
made
drunk.
it out. But that's how comfortable he is.
Well, he
is
knew
that
he
in
could
a
just pay to
five-star
get the
hotel,
cameras.
he'll
He's got-
beat the shit out of a famous woman, not a fucking
Yeah.
random,
Thing is-
not a fucking 304
Yeah.
from the fucking
Right.
block.
Yeah.
A fucking pop star.
Well, he's in that position of
Dog.
power. You know,
Dog.
he's got that.
I think
He's
they
P.
said
Diddy.
that. I think they said that he
That's
paid.
the iceberg.
I could be
That's
wrong.
how you know.
Yeah.
I
It
could be
is.
wrong,
It's
but I
just
think
the tip.
I think he paid 50.
Tip of the-
It's either 50 or
Tip of the
150,000 for that camera footage of that incident. But
For it
someone
to
leaked
be-
it for sure.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
surprising.
Fuck,
and then
dude.
and the whole game is that, right? Like we all know, like.
But imagine how
people
many times that
blackmail Each
happened.
other, yeah.
You know?
Probably wasn't the first time.
And just with her, yeah, right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
It's
for her
just,
coming back, are you saying that like, oh, you don't blame her for coming back?
No, domestic
Oh,
violence.
for
is
like
different.
staying with them for however
Yeah,
long she
for
did.
staying.
Yeah, I mean, she literally until you have a. So I believe they teach like a whole thing about you aren't supposed to leave until you like build and this is I don't want to
Case.
speak on shit on no not even a case
No
but
facts.
you need a
It's
safe
okay. Yeah.
you need to have like your escape route.
Right.
Yeah.
You should already have your own place. Like you have your own place, you have shit bought and shit, and then you're able to get out of there because it's like people get super dependent, and a lot of the time abusers. I mean, the whole thing in their life, like abusers will take away all of your sovereignty and independence. Like they pay for everything in your life. You don't own a car anymore. You don't own your own cell phone.
It's-
You don't own like this. Oh, he pays for everything.
Yeah.
So like.
Sorry.
All that shit,
Yeah,
yeah.
to be honest, it was probably embedded into the contract they had and stuff
Well,
like
yeah,
that
but
too.
he signs
you know?
contracts with like people and
The thing
And
is,
that's scary too, right?
that's
Getting
probably
sued.
that probably plays a big role too.
But you know what happened, dude? Like the guy she ended up with, Alex Fine, he's a celebrity trainer. So he
Yeah.
sent her to go be getting trained. For
sure.
And she just happened to be like, this was a place where she spent enough time with someone. And then like, I'm sure he's like looking at her body, like stretching her or training her. And she probably has bruises in places that
Ooh, I see what
are
you mean.
like, not like where he's like,
Yeah.
where Diddy
How'd
thinks
you
no
get
one's
this
gonna
here?
see this shit, but the trainer does, and they end up fucking. That's who she's with now.
Mm-hmm.
But this was someone that she trusted enough to then, expose
Yeah,
this
yeah,
information,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then this was a fucking a man who's like a normal dude,
Mm-hmm. Right.
Not from the fucking rap industry and the Hollywood.
Just a
He's
personal
like,
trainer,
He's like,
just-
dude, like he hears this shit and he's like,
This is crazy.
dude, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And this is the first person to tell you, dude, this isn't okay.
Right, this isn't
when
right.
most other people in your life are like,
Here
being
with
like,
Diddy.
you know what, dude, it's Diddy. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, which is the fucking, those are the demons, bro. Like,
Well, the
Yeah.
thing is,
dark,
Yeah.
but
I'm almost like, I mean, I don't know anything about the relationship, but I'm almost 100% sure that she signed a contract with him. Like, and with the contract came, I'm going to pay everything. You're not going to have to worry
Yeah.
about anything. Like, it's something she
and
agreed
she's
to.
a public facing girlfriend,
Yeah.
like figure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I know allegedly like Tom Cruise did that with
Yes.
Angelina.
Katie Holmes.
Oh, never mind.
The girl that he has he has a whole daughter.
Did you
that he
say
hasn't
Katie
s-
Holmes?
I think Katie Holmes is her name.
That's from Dawson's Creek.
Yeah, she was on like
Yeah,
old
yeah,
school
yeah.
shows and shit like
Yeah.
that. And she was like, there was a point where
Yeah.
she was, you know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, for
And
sure,
that's
for
when
sure.
she became Tom Cruise's wife. When he and Nicole Kidman separated because dude,
Right.
like, the Scientology rabbit hole.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
deep,
Yeah.
bro.
Oh,
the
hey.
Scientology.
Deep, bro. But it's that kind of shit.
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
You know,
they have one of those things in
They
Santa
hired,
Ana.
yeah, dude. They hired Katie Holmes to be his girlfriend, and they had like a whole auditioning system and shit.
Didn't they
And
say
so
that-
do this shit?
Didn't they say that Brad Pitt's kids changed their last name after they turned 18?
I don't know what's up with him right now. Maybe
I wouldn't be
I
surprised.
know that.
He's in that Scientology wave too?
No, Brad Pitt wasn't in Scientology. I don't think so.
shit.
John Travolta and Tom Cruise are like the main.
But he's in there
Components
though.
of that.
Brad Pitt, he's a famous name, so he's probably.
So what
up
do you guys
in
think
there.
about that Scientology shit? Because they say that
I think
you
Brad's
can't go.
a cool guy.
Yeah.
I
You
I
don't think
love
he's with the
Brad Pitt.
I would hate
Illuminati,
to
none
find
of that
out some-
shit?
What do you think
I'm
about
sure
the
he's
Illuminati,
seen things
bro?
he's probably
Yeah.
been like I
Yeah.
I'm sure he's
But-
aware because he's in that industry. It's just
To
the
a
industry
degree-
they're in.
To a degree, I think Brad's chill. But look, dude, like that's where it's like I know it's widespread, but it is almost infeasible to think like, what are the actual odds, bro?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Oh, like all of these people are literally every single one of them is a Satanist, pedophile, occultist. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
make movies.
Yeah.
I want to fucking
Yeah.
make sure. And just because I met a guy with some money and was able to fund a project didn't mean I
Right.
sucked his dick and prayed to a dead goat.
Yeah, it's not always
You know
like
what I
that.
mean?
But
Not in this group.
Well, you know,
yes, Chris.
Well, we're bringing up the
goats and
Kevin Spacey.
Yo,
Kevin Spacey was
House
one
of
of them.
Cards. You want to get back
Yeah.
to the House
Well,
of
I'm
Cards?
just saying,
dude.
like, people are like willing to do things for parts. These guys are like meeting up with Kevin Spacey, and he's like, "Take your pants off."
Yep.
And they're like, "All right, I guess this is part of the audition." And they audition, and they do great. And he's like, "You're great." And they get parts in movies, and then the next thing you know, he's like, "Oh, wait a second, why do I have to suck your dick? You're like, why am I doing
Yeah.
this right now for the part? This isn't part of the deal." And all of a
Right.
sudden,
Yeah,
but,
but
they're
it-
good
but-
enough to where.
Chris, you don't have to talk about your experience here at the LSDP, but
like I'm
But
just saying,
at that point,
Anyways.
it's like what we were saying later. If you're sucking the dick, that's on you.
yeah, like if someone
Yeah,
pulls
Chris,
it
that's
out,
on
bro,
you, Chris.
Like,
Come
bro,
on.
there is a difference between rape and like collusion.
Yes,
or, like,
yes, yes.
or you know,
Jesus.
to try to get somebody
Yeah.
to do so. It's like, you know.
Now, if you
It's
put
like
on your
fucking-
pants and try to leave, and it's like you're not going anywhere, then it's a problem.
Yeah, but if
Yeah.
someone tries that with me, bro, it's going down. You gonna have to fucking like, you would have to like, it would have to be some real.
so you would
Well,
fight.
look,
so
look.
you would fight a guy with his dick out like Zandre would.
I said I would. I said
like,
I would.
Oh, if he has
someone-
a dick on, he's trying to get out.
Yeah.
What's your other option, bro?
Run.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm running.
okay.
I'm running.
That's what I
Okay,
said.
what if he's fucking fast and got a bat in his hands
See?
or some shit, bro?
oh, he's
He
got
goes
a
back,
bow. He's got a
bro.
bow.
Do your shit, bro.
That ain't gonna be that.
This guy's not trying to rape you empty-handed.
They called me crazy.
Fucking, you think a man fucking plans to rape another man empty-handed?
That's a Louisville
He
slugger.
better have a plan.
Yeah, bro.
They called me crazy.
No male rapist is like, I'm gonna wing it here.
Do you think
Yeah.
they take Blue Chew to stay hard?
No, definitely
No,
not.
fucking, you know, as
They're
gross
good.
as it is, they're
Yeah.
psychos, and that's
Yeah,
exactly that's the Blue Chew. The whole issue is they probably
the Blue
can't
Chew.
they probably can't get hard doing nothing
Without
else.
it.
They probably eat a
No.
whole bunch of Blue
Yeah,
Chew,
yeah.
be watching nice porn.
Yes.
nice
The
porn.
Nice
greatest.
porn. The
Okay.
greatest.
No.
Oh yeah, the greatest. Yeah. Nice porn. Yeah.
No.
The greatest porn. So Muhammad Ali porno,
Polite porn.
polite porn.
polite.
Wouldn't that be nice? And are you ready?
Are you
Thank
sure about this?
Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Oh yeah.
May
bro.
I be excused?
Who said anything about
Honestly,
black elves?
what a great memory.
Wait, you don't like black
Oh
elves?
no, I said I have no problem with him because we were talking about at least we were talking about Lord of the Rings, the Rings
Okay,
of Power.
I think these guys
People
have
got
never seen.
issues with
These
it.
guys have never seen Lord of the
I
Rings.
tried to watch Lord of the
so
Rings
this
once.
this is what made me say it as the joke. We were talking about
Oh, yeah.
a series of unfortunate events, Lemony Snicket. Okay, and he
Yes.
said, "Ooh, I love that movie.
Great books.
And I was about to say the books are great, right?
Yeah.
And this fool he goes, "Oh yeah, I know the books, right?" Like basically calling me a fucking nerd. And so I was
nerd.
What a
about to
virgin.
transition into, you know, where that's really a problem right now is the Rings of Power, and all these fools who read the books have an issue. But I've read a lot of fucking fantasy, but I've never read Lord of the Rings. So I watch it, right? And like,
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with it. Like, I didn't know there weren't supposed to be black elves. Like, what's the issue? But these fools are really mad. They're really mad. And
Yeah.
look, and to be fair, the show is not the best show, but like I'll watch it.
I never saw the show.
Wait, I thought it was a movie.
It is a
It
movie.
is
but
a movie, but
they
there's
made
a new
like a
show.
show. I never seen the show. The movie. I think the movies are great though. I love the movies personally.
Didn't
Yeah,
didn't they have
Peter
like
Jackson
cardboard
did that.
cuts? Like
Oh, dude, I told you guys about that. I tried
What?
watching because my friend he's told me like, yo, if you're a cinema head, you have to watch Lord of the Rings. And I put I put it on. I put on the first one, and it starts, and it just
You went to bed?
It looks like it's
to
shot
bed,
in like
People fall
1960.
asleep. Oh, what?
It looks so
Yeah.
old.
You think
No.
that about the
No, dude.
No, papa.
Dude, their effects are like ahead of their time, bro.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I think they
Because
did
watched
a
the
great
first movie.
job.
Okay,
Chris, back me up, bro.
no.
I think he just tried watching it in
fair enough,
2023.
on a
No,
rewatch,
papa.
on a rewatch.
Am I
there's
tripping?
stuff
He'll tell us
to
the right
it.
answer.
Oh,
That's
will.
not fair, but Chris is not in his head, so I know he's I could tell you was a nerd.
You're right.
But the Peter Jackson films, look, I get how in some ways, if you look back, it might not hold up with special effects wise to a degree.
Yes.
But they were one of like at that time it was groundbreaking. Just like if
Right.
you watch,
It was.
you go back and watch Star Wars
Yes.
and like
Storytelling.
the original Star Wars, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see
and
what you mean.
to a degree, you're gonna be like,
Man,
yeah,
what is
you
this?
know what I'm
But
saying? But
Even
at the
imagine
time-
fucking seeing it and the fact that it holds up at all, that
It
it
does.
is watchable,
Yeah.
that's in the scale. See, going back to it, like I've never fucking read Lord of the Rings, but I do understand the scale of a world like that
Mm-hmm.
to pull it off, and especially in it. I mean, there's a reason they're 3-hour fucking movies, and even that, if you're not really prepared for a 3-hour movie. Yeah, dude, you're gonna
I'm
go
a
to sleep,
cinema head.
dude.
I'm a
Yeah.
cinema head.
And then you're not even like, if you're not invested.
I only watched it once when I was younger, and I've never watched it again.
Hey, Peter Jackson made the first revamped King Kong movie, right?
Really?
It was Peter Jackson,
I
wasn't
didn't
it?
know that.
Do you know
I
I
that
think it
last
was no
Peter-
facts,
no
no
facts.
facts, but I
Jackson
think
is the dude who did. I know he did the Lord of the Rings shit. That's
Yeah.
how I know him. But so
Did he do it?
May have.
I
You
might
know
be
what?
dropping
Are you
the ball. I might be dropping
Wait.
it.
Are you
No,
talking
you
about the
probably.
one with Jack Black in it?
yeah, I'm talking about that one.
That makes sense because it feels similar in a way.
The
The
thing
way
is-
some of the shots. are.
Okay, let me tell you like a memory I had. It just popped up in my head, but
But that
my-
guy's name is Denim in that. Jack Black's last
yeah,
name is Denim.
yeah.
in that.
See that?
Shout out.
See that? We go full circle again. We do. All right. But okay, I remember when that movie came out, my brothers and my cousins all went to go see it one time. I don't know what I was doing, but I didn't get to go see it with
You're like
them.
nerds.
And I was pissed. They came back and they're like, "Yo,
It's awesome.
the T-Rexes were crazy. Yo, it felt like we were there, all this and that." So talking about special effects, I feel like, he really nailed it on that movie. Once I saw that, I was like, damn, but I was hating at the time.
I don't know.
I remember seeing that King Kong movie when I was a kid, and I really enjoyed it. I really loved it as a kid, for sure. I think going back and watching a lot of films, like when you're older, I mean, for one, yeah, special effects are gonna be troublesome.
Yeah.
I noticed in a lot of films I really loved as a kid, like my film school brain watching
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like,
See the
this is a
differently.
little
What
rough.
was
Like,
one? Tell us one.
Jumper. Okay, like Jumper as a concept, that's such a fucking dope
Concept.
sci-fi concept.
Yes.
And for
That's
a kid
when
who
we, like,
likes that shit,
teleports?
yeah, someone who likes that type of shit, and especially you're like 13 when it comes out, it's awesome, bro.
Yes.
Like it's great.
Yeah, okay.
Rewatching it, like pacing wise,
Yeah.
Some shit doesn't make sense.
story structure, yeah, and even like the acting, bro. Like Hayden Christensen, he's not like
Right.
the best actor, dude.
Right,
Like,
right.
I rock with Anakin, but he,
Hey, what do you say to the people who haven't seen Inception? Because I think one of these guys hasn't.
I've seen it.
I probably haven't.
I understood Inception the first time I watched it.
Is that the one where they go
Dude,
out
a
of
dream within a dream within a dream.
No.
It was a
Oh,
crazy
going
concept.
back to if we did a Mount Rushmore, I didn't say Christopher Nolan, but that's a great
Oh,
one.
yeah,
to
yeah,
put
yeah. He's
my
on
favorite.
there, because
Yes.
Christopher Nolan is fucking sick.
Yeah.
He's,
He's
a
my
madman.
favorite.
Watch the interview
He's a-
if y'all are
Oh,
curious about that. Watch the interview.
He's a full-on madman.
Mm-hmm.
I watch a lot of kids movies, and the only movie that I could think of that is like the graphics on it is still kind of kept up with its time is that dinosaurs movie on
Jurassic
Disney.
Park?
No, it's like
Dinosaurs.
You mean the
The
actual?
one with
Yeah.
the one with Aladar and,
and the
fucking
monkey,
Bruton.
I'm
Or,
like-
I love that movie, bro. I grew up on that shit.
I
I'm not
still
gonna
watch
lie.
to this day. I'm like, damn, if they
It's
put out
really
today, they kind of get a pass. It
The
kind of
CGI is pretty good.
I think there's a lot of films, especially in like mid '90s era, and like
Yes.
going into the 2000s.
Toy
Yeah.
Story.
That some of that CGI, like, and it's not CGI work, but when they were
animation.
films that blend practical effect work
Yeah.
with CGI work, those are always the best, and that's what you see in films like even in like stuff like Avatar, or Jurassic Park, or any of
Oh,
those
yeah,
things.
yeah.
It's like, and even Quentin Tarantino does shit where all his like bloodshot and gore and shit like
Right.
that. It's like a lot of practical effect work.
Yeah, like
goes-
physical,
yeah, so
right.
it's like, and when you blend that with
CGI.
CGI, because we're seeing the real thing, where when we see the real thing but it's fake, our brain is good enough to go fake. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Right? And
Yeah.
if we see the fake thing all the way computer generated, even if it looks great with light, our brains can still go fake. Fuck that.
Yeah.
But when they're blended together,
Both?
and if the story's strong enough, like, it'll get us closer, and
We'd
you're
be
invested.
convinced.
Where you're invested
Emotionally.
and you're there. Fuck yeah. And if
Yeah.
you nail it, if
Yeah.
you nail like the pacing, and that's where editing comes
Yeah,
in.
you're
bro,
just-
where
oh, yeah, this shit
editors
just
don't
happened.
get enough credit in films in general.
For sure.
Yes.
Because that shit will make you like
feel it.
and
Yes.
it's like,
Yep.
you just feel that shit internally that it's just
Deep.
happening, man.
Feel it.
Yes.
They probably feel like the movie's just as theirs as the director, because I mean they're the one
Yeah.
giving it a life.
Y'all brought up Tim Burton earlier. He's
Yes.
another
Yeah.
person who does a great combination of practical effect work, like the original Beetlejuice has a lot of that. where it's sets and it's using some of the digital technology that was emerging at the time,
puppets
but
and-
real shit too.
Yeah.
Yeah, clay fucking like it's
Batman
The
Returns.
clay animation is crazy.
Blending multiple media forms, I think, will always be the coolest.
Yes.
Like that's why, like when the Spider-Verse first dropped, like people were oh, I love this because you're hitting everything. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Right.
use a little bit of everything.
Nostalgia.
I'm gonna blend. I'm gonna pull from these places. The Glass Animals album from like 3 years ago did some shit like that where you listening to it through, you can like feel influences from like that 2010s period and other and not just it being the influence, but like the influences that influence those things. And
Okay.
if people can when you pay homage and not just pay homage to the guy that influenced you, but the fucking guy who influenced him and then the guy
Yes.
before, that's when you start to like fucking paint in layers. And some of these great directors and great
Can do that.
artists all do that.
Yeah.
And those are the dudes who hit you because when you keep layering those different
Right.
lenses and tints and colors,
Mm-hmm.
something new happens. And then someone will take that and fucking
for sure,
they'll
for
paint with
sure.
it, you know?
Damn, it's crazy.
I think that's what Naval had said. He's like, if you see a bear, like that's intriguing. If you see a tricycle, that's intriguing. But if you see a bear on a tricycle, then that's when you're like, oh,
Yeah.
that's very
Yeah.
intriguing.
High
you know?
concept.
Yes.
I didn't even know what the term high concept was for a
Yeah.
long time. And then like I would hear it get said and shit. And then finally when it was like explained, I was like, oh, like that's, and it's like literally that.
Yes.
Like it's like, here's one concept, here's another, and then like,
Yes.
here's a high concept.
Yes.
And if you nail that, like
Yes.
it's like, that's something, you created something unique now.
Something that
For
look
sure.
better
Rick
when
and
you're
Morty
high.
fucking is
A high concept.
It's a great-
for years. Rick and Morty was like the fucking king of that.
It's
Dude, yeah,
I
Rick and
honestly,
Morty.
I never watched it when it came out, right? So I literally first started watching this shit like maybe like 2-3 years ago, to be honest.
wow.
Because I'm not a TV guy.
Never
Still,
watched
it's
it.
it's a good like first experience to have with that show in particular.
Yeah.
It like
It's-
breaks certain barriers, you
Yes.
know, which
So
is cool.
Super referential.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Smart. Yeah.
So when I
Yes.
first started watching it, I forgot there was a scene in there. There was one episode, and I can't remember which one, but there like it ended off on like a sad note, but it
Yeah.
pulled on one of my heartstrings.
Me and
I
Marty
was
called
like,
that
that.
shit blooped, bro. When
And I was
something
like,
is
yo.
like hitting like this weird nerve between
Yes.
everything, and it's just blooped. It's just like this fucking bloop. Like
Yes.
it's this emotional thing that like
For sure.
it can be hilarious.
Yes.
It can be like dark, absurd. It can be deep. It can
Mm-hmm.
be all those things like in one moment, but it needs to be self-aware to be that.
Yes.
Because like in all moments, like when shit gets super deep, you can fucking then make fun of like even right now, bro. Like I feel myself going to a deep place. I would
Yes.
love to shit on it with a joke.
For sure,
to make it feel
Yeah,
better.
yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I
yes,
mean?
yes, yes.
And
Yeah.
that's like
That's the art.
that's my favorite shit.
Yes.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Have everybody mourning at the grave.
They get
and
you
then
in and
somebody
then
walks up and pisses
boom.
on it.
Yeah.
They're like, oh,
I
we
like
know,
that.
we know you're here. Boom. Yeah,
Shit on it.
yeah.
Because guess what? It's like let's go deep again. Like when
Yeah.
Buddhists draw the crazy mandalas, right? And then they just wipe that shit away.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's fucking let's make something beautiful, but it's temporary, and then let's make something even cooler.
Yep.
Yes.
Let's do something new, bro. Because
It's
it's,
like
always
Exactly.
cool.
It's
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
attachment and detachment.
yeah, bro.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful
It's a fine
thing.
line.
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
Riding that fucker.
That's what that show did. Honestly,
Yes.
that's a
It's
a
like
good realization.
it's animation, so it gives you like that free type of
Oh
feeling.
yeah,
but then
you can accept absurd
Yes.
shit. Family
Yes.
Guy, all those shows get to
Right.
get away with. The show that gets to do that in live action, who like has the right level of practical and special effects,
Yes.
and fucking can be like, I accept this as both absurd and cartoonish,
Right.
but also real life.
Yes.
like that's gonna like be a real thing, and it's fucking gonna be good.
it was a great thing to experience for sure. I wish I would have found it sooner. You know.
of course.
Sure.
Yeah, dude.
Well,
I mean,
Well, do we want to get into some questions?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm down.
do
Well, at
it.
the end we
I
usually
didn't do it.
oh yeah. At the end we usually do some fan questions, so
Oh, cool.
we'll involve you this time, just because you're cool.
Okay,
All right. The first
I
question.
want to question my fans.
Why
Why do you like?
name 3 famous people you'd love to have a last supper with. They must be dead.
Okay, so dead.
Yes.
Okay.
Can I understand them?
Well, yeah, you're having like dinner
So
with
whatever
them.
language though.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
no
yeah.
language barriers.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Leonardo da Vinci. I gotta figure out what Cuz was up to.
Jesus. I wasn't even thinking that.
Me
Well, they're
either.
dead, right?
I know, but I was like so surface level. Go ahead.
That was
I
so
was thinking
annoying.
celebrities.
I was like Michael Jackson.
He is a celebrity.
Yeah, it is.
He
It
is.
is.
He
He's a
is.
celebrity.
He is.
He's just a different.
Okay, my
time
bad,
frame
my
of
bad.
life.
Go,
I'll
go.
go more. I'll go more recent.
No.
Too,
Keep
but,
it.
But,
Keep
pe-
it.
but I still would do this. It sucks because I'm gonna miss people that I know for sure. I would like to say later,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
fuck, that's hard.
I made him think about it too much. He said Leo.
You know what? X would actually be cool.
Oh, okay,
As like
DMX?
as crazy. No.
Oh, XXX.
XXX
You're
would
right.
be
You're-
cool, bro.
You're right.
That's a fucking kid that I don't even care who you are. Like he could like sit with you like on the side of a party.
Yeah,
and get
yeah.
fucking like
Get intense.
you
with
can
you.
go somewhere. You
Yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Now
So
it's 3 of you there.
That's a dope like you got Leonardo like explaining
Yes.
actual ideas of the universe that he understands that we can't fully. That's why Einstein might be another good one
Yeah.
because I need people who can ask crazy questions. So that can be me and X, right? And then I need people who can answer those things.
Ah, that's a
Damn,
great
alright.
answer.
You know what I
Fuck.
mean?
Damn, now I can't answer mine.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Damn.
That's very good. Very good.
Dude.
You made my brain go like, okay, now I gotta go way back in time.
George Washington.
was the first
Whenever,
fucking-
bro. Think of like just Leonardo hit me for
Yeah,
sure because
maybe that Tesla guy, Nikola
Tesla.
Nikola
Ooh,
Tesla.
that's a
maybe
great-
him.
that's a
It'd
great
be
one.
cool to talk to
and did they
him.
fucking kill him?
Right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they killed him for a reason.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Hey yo,
And he knows like was I murdered?
wait,
type shit.
Christopher
like,
Nolan. You seen the Prestige?
Yes, bro. Yeah, we're fucking
Christian
It's coming
Bale.
in his
that
mouth.
boy Christian Bale's crazy.
He's a monster.
Yeah?
he's a monster.
crazy too, dude.
Okay. You were saying Nicholas Tesla.
Well, him,
Nicolas Cage, even though he's not dead. I'm just kidding.
was Nicolas Cage. Man. Well, I guess since we were talking about him, like Kobe,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
That'd
that's
be a
great.
good one.
That's like
Great.
one name that popped up because we were just talking about him,
sure.
and it'd be cool to talk to him. You know,
Yeah.
a supper with him, and one more dead
Supper.
person.
A supper.
I'm not gonna say Michael Jackson. I'm gonna try to say someone else. Like
Okay.
Now you look a little young.
you
for
mentioned that.
Michael.
No, a little too old for Michael.
I just mean he couldn't have a professional dinner with him.
It would end up being a sleepover. But
I'm just kidding. I actually don't believe that about Michael.
Me either. We
Yeah.
just like
In
to
a
joke
real
around.
way.
with it.
well, I got
I can't
Tupac.
see
I
him.
got Tupac
I won't
flicking me
accept
off
it.
right there.
I won't
So
accept it. He wants to meet up with you. dude.
so I'm gonna have a
Right.
dinner with that guy right there.
Chris Hansen's gonna be there.
I'm taking what's the guy that is in a wheelchair? It's like
Stephen Hawking.
Wait,
I'm
did
taking
he
Stephen
die?
Hawking.
He's alive
Yeah.
still.
He's alive
right?
still.
Oh man, I put that on
He
my
just
board.
looks dead.
If we could get people who are alive, so I for sure. It's just tough.
Dinner with Jay Z.
I would almost think I would want to meet up with Ye, but Ye is like
That'd be crazy.
He's pretty much dead.
you're
I'd be
either
down.
gonna have a good night or like a terrible night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, oh, shit.
Fuck that. I'm taking Gandhi. Is he?
Gandhi.
He's dead.
I heard he was a pedophile.
Yeah,
He's
he's
alive too.
Damn, bro.
They said that. They said he was a pedophile. It's Laz.
Yo, I know
There's an
exactly. what he's
expiration
talking
date
about.
on it.
This little weird thing, and he did this kiss and all that weird shit.
Hey, I'm
Even
telling
just
you.
looking at a man like with, and it was like a I'm pretty sure
Short?
young girl, right? And
Oh,
he's
they said
sitting
they were like
across from him.
13.
Yes, and they're like, and this is like a publicly seen thing because there's stories about other weird shit with bro.
Yeah.
But yeah. So again, I mean, you know,
Good choice,
well,
Laz.
dude,
Gandhi.
Big bro.
All right, Gandhi. Who else? Who else,
They're both
Laz?
alive. So I'll take Nip. I'll take Biggie,
Epstein.
and then I'll take.
You did.
I don't know, bro.
and what are the questions you ask the big? Do we ask Biggie what he knows?
Who
about
shot you?
No, well, who shot you?
Hey.
That's pretty good. But I mean, no Diddy, but no, I would want to know like,
Oh,
what-
Diddy.
How much was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what was his real?
Right.
Was Diddy beating him in the hallway?
No, I'm just saying, like though, like just was he going like? I feel like Biggie was like, I'm getting out of this party, but he does have some of those lyrics.
Right. Hey.
He does have them. You look so. What does he say?
You look so good. I suck on your daddy's dick.
Yeah.
Oh,
and then
shit.
he's
That's
got,
what Biggie said. I didn't say that. Biggie said that.
That's just his favorite part.
Maybe
of
it
the
just
song.
rhymed real good. Maybe it just rhymed real good.
Y'all ever tried to listen to fucking I Got 5 on it? And fucking one verse comes in, it's like, Nobody in the studio thought to tell that boy not to say, I take sex to the face.
Well, back in the day, you used to call like your bud sacks. Like,
I
have
still
a
say I'll
sack.
pick up a sack, but
Yeah.
I won't say I'm sex to the face. You still knew that
shit.
you
I'ma
knew what
take
a
a
ball
sack
sack
to the
was.
face.
Personally, me,
then
I'm gonna
I'm gonna
let you guys know. Hey, bro, you know when you say this line right here?
Unless you say it's Monty's sack, you should take it off. That's what Monty would
Oh,
tell
thanks,
us.
yeah.
You know what
Let
else?
my-
It's
might
my sack,
happen?
keep it on.
I've had someone had like bars where they try to do like a poop bar. I never liked a poop bar.
What's a poop bar?
What's a poop bar?
Tell
That's
us.
like the I
no.
Spy shit.
You ain't shit. You constipated. Like
Yeah.
you know,
Oh,
I'm
okay,
shitting.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
shitting on these.
Relating
rappers.
What
it
about
to poop.
what about this?
I'm the shit.
Something
You can
something.
smell it.
What
Like,
about something? You can
what?
kiss my ass.
Yeah, if you talk about poop, your ass is one thing, bro. Your
Yeah.
ass is skin. You talk about
You can do a lot with your ass,
It's
lads.
crazy.
My name
It's just
Bobby Boucher. I like to
and
do
then
it.
it's the fact that like it's the fact someone will expand on it. They'll
Yeah,
say
yeah.
this is shit, and this is why I'm talking about it. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
and now I'm
yeah.
getting too much information
like,
about your shit as a
yeah.
musician.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like
the turn
I
off.
can see it coming out of your ass as we
The
speak.
point of that, or like, yeah, but literally, like Ice Spice, bro.
I can
That's
see
why
a
they come
turtleneck
at.
in
Yeah.
that.
Like, bro, you think you the shit? You're not even a fart. Like,
Yeah.
bro, no one wants to hear
yeah.
about
Yeah.
farts and shit.
That's true.
Queefs.
All right.
especially from the chick,
Queefs.
bro.
I'm
Next-
okay with queefs.
We're pro queef.
Next,
I'm okay.
next
I'm pro
question.
queef.
Pussy fart.
What is a job that's not meant for a man and not meant for a woman?
Blowjob.
So it's not-
Babysitting for a man.
Wait, it's not meant for either. of them?
Firefighting for a woman.
Just what should a man not do and what should I think babysitting for a man is a great one.
Yeah, and
A man
firefighting for a
shouldn't
woman.
babysit.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah.
Like,
It's like,
if it's
oh, I'm
some
your
rat-
local babysitter. Call me when you want to go on a date and I'll watch your kids.
It's like, dude, you're like 225.
Why are you the rock?
And girls, obviously, we saw that
Why
they
you
can't
look like
be.
the rock?
I don't know, like a man shouldn't be like a hair braider. You know what I mean? Like you could braid your own hair. Hair braid. But if you're doing braids, like I don't know.
What if you're real
That's
good,
for
yo?
chicks,
Some
dude.
tatted,
Whatever, real
like,
good.
pierced up dude. Like,
Yeah, but he's like doing hair. You know what I mean? And,
For-
like, you could be a
Yeah,
barber
I
and
get
shit,
you.
but
Yeah.
like now you're at the sleepover braiding
Braiding?
hair. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so what
or
this-
even on that same foot, like I don't think you should be a nail tech.
Oh yeah.
okay,
like,
yeah,
how
yeah.
about this?
that might be a glitch in the matrix.
How
How
about
about
what?
this? A sleepover, but your friend's a barber, and he gives you a haircut at the sleepoper.
No.
That's good. That feels more manly because he's cutting my hair. He's
Yeah.
not braiding it.
And at least there's other
Like,
guys there.
You good lads?
I'm okay with that.
So wait, hold on, because I gotta think of something that
Glad
a
you
woman
did.
shouldn't do, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably be the
I said
Secret Service.
I definitely don't think women should be firefighter. I mean, they are, which is like I know that some get mad,
fine,
but the
yeah.
average woman, right?
Yeah.
So like
Right.
there is a fucking bitch out there who's or a woman, right? I'm no bitch, try for that. But there's girls out there who can be firefighters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're built for that. But even still, all of y'all, I'm gonna ask you in a circle. Would you want to get pulled out of a fire by a man or a woman?
Oh man.
Yeah. How about you?
That's
If-
gay,
if-
lads.
if-
Why would you say that?
If it's gonna be a
good.
woman, she has to have at least 2 grams of testosterone pumped
She's
in
fucked
her
girls
monthly.
That's
Oh, she's
she's
fucking
have to
bitches
have
for
fucked
sure.
girls, right?
If I had
Yeah.
to choose,
But
it
if
was
she's
guy.
a woman who's getting fucked by a dude,
Oh no,
I'd rather have been saved by
Yeah,
the
yeah.
dude that fucks her.
Yeah, pull me
Yeah.
out. Pull
If
me
Megan
out.
Fox,
If that's sexist, I'm sorry.
No,
dude,
I
but-
agree with that
if
100%.
Megan Fox pulls me out of a burning building,
Oh my god. Yeah, but like I'm still.
And then you see her toes.
No,
You
her
gotta know how
thumb.
strong- first off-
Her thumb.
First off, this is a very strong woman pulling me out of a building.
That is
Megan's
correct.
That is
And
true.
so
She
she's
You gotta be
strong,
bigger than me and
bro.
stronger than me.
Megan's strong.
I'm dead weight at this point. I'm
Bro,
dying.
she's
got a
pulling your
six-pack.
ass out like it's nothing, and then she's like, "And what you gonna be like? You want to get coffee after this?"
Yeah, of course.
You know.
Like that
So I'm
Sandlot scene.
saying, but something like that, like a job where, you know, or you know what? I don't think they should be like the pit crew. They shouldn't do like pit crew.
For NASCAR?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Yeah.
Nah,
I see.
but-
I
Listen to
don't
me.
try. No, bro. You want you okay, bro?
Okay.
How many chicks on earth do you know who are running up and?
Yeah, okay.
Bro, I can't change a fucking tire. You think I'm
Yeah, I
trusting?
feel you. I feel
But
you.
the thing is, like, you gotta think about this race car driver. himself probably has a little daughter that grew up like doing shit like that, and she's probably the
maybe
best.
She does. Maybe she does.
Yeah.
But maybe she was like, I hate my daddy. He's always on the racetrack.
Hey, that is true.
Yeah, right.
Quite the possibility.
That one felt a little more sexist than the firefighter one.
Well, I'm
Why, 'cause
saying
he's
I'm trying to
driving?
find. You asked a sexist question and you
Yeah.
want a reasonable.
Well, I didn't ask. Our lovely listeners asked.
Our
All right, I think-
lonely listeners. Okay.
I personally don't want to take my car to a mechanic and have a girl like a woman fixing my car.
Working on it.
I'd rather have a dude fixing my car.
in the kitchen.
What if she has a beard?
But you know what? Like
That's
What if she's got arm hair?
you know what's
Hey.
crazy? I don't even want to go like at some restaurants.
Oh, here we go.
Certain restaurant. I'm not trying to see a chick back there either. Unless she's like 60, dude. You gotta be
And
like
Mexican.
dude, or just at least you speak a native language. You know
Right,
what I
exactly.
mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
Brown.
I just don't know. Or you're super southern, like we was
speak
talking about
brown.
earlier. You better be a white lady talking like this. I'm
If you're cooking my
I'm
food.
eating at your restaurant.
goddamn right.
Now, if it's her fucking daughter and she's like on her cell phone, she's like, I fucking hate my grandma's recipes, and that's what you're gonna get.
Best
bro,
believe there's gonna be no
for the
seasoning
most
on that
part.
shit.
That's an unseasoned,
She just
right?
don't even care, bro. It's cooking with love. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? And
exactly.
if you're not gonna.
Yes.
All right.
So I'm not telling chicks to get back in the kitchen unless they want to, and that's true, bro.
Is unseasoned love?
Don't go back to the kitchen unless you're gonna fucking do a good job. Like
I like that.
Dude.
You're setting them up for success. I like that.
I can agree with that.
My last question, or the last question is, what is your
I
favorite?
resent that whole last series of questions and where it led me to go. No,
yeah.
But I will
Yes.
say,
No
facts.
hold up. Let's spin
Allegedly.
the block one more time because I will
Okay.
say one more sexist thing before we move on. And this harkens back to not the late great, but the great Daniel Tosh. He's told this story before. The number one female driver in the entire world
Asian.
has never even ranked top 10 in fucking NASCAR. Danica Patrick, the reason you know her is because she was fuckable at one point.
What was her highest rank?
Do you remember? I don't know, but she wasn't cracking. She's not Jeff Gordon. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't even know who that was.
But look, dude.
So
but
I think
you know
that
what I'm
goes
saying?
with your.
But I'm saying there's definitely certain things
Like
that
I
I
always
always
say.
regardless of whatever it is. It's like, call me whatever. You should better, if you're gonna call me sexist, you better call God sexist.
That's true.
You're gonna have to stand by that, and that's on you. That's on you. That's between you and JC.
He's a
I
god.
always-
He's a god.
Like I always say.
Like I always say.
All right. Last question here. What is your favorite elementary memory?
Oh, I got a couple.
I told you guys when I spawned.
Oh, this one's
You
pretty
spawned?
good.
Sperm?
I told you guys that story.
That's your favorite
You
memory?
spawn?
Yeah. I spawned in kindergarten, bro. I was walking to my class and I remember like being like, yo, what the fuck is this?
You
This
know
is
when,
the first
like-
time you existed ever.
Yes. that
Like when you
I can recall.
Remember?
Yeah.
That-
When, do
and
you
I-
know when you spawned?
Yeah, but that's only because of trauma.
See, mine-
trauma.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
walking to my class. I had a white shirt on, little blue pants, the uniform shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, like this is weird, whatever. And I thought to
I bet
myself,
something happened to him that day.
and I told these guys,
You
I,
look cute, huh?
I told them,
You look real cute.
I told them, I told them, I'm like, yo, like, am I the only one that's like experiencing? Because it's like a POV, main character, first person. Am I the only one that's like experiencing this, or is this?
I forget what the name is for it, but
It's not spawning.
no, just the whole concept of when you first
Yeah.
have that thought of I'm
Existing.
I'm the only existence, and
Right.
you are all projections of my mind.
Yes, I had that. Like,
Yeah. There's some sort of word. There's like a word for it.
Crazy?
Yeah.
It's not egotistical, but so
he's like, yo, you're a narcissist. Fuck that.
but there's like
Yeah.
a super like a technical
Yeah,
term.
yeah.
Everyone
But
goes through that at
I don't
some
remember
point.
it, but
Not
yeah, we all have
cocky,
that weird thought.
But that's
Not-
like the first thing that I remember for
not
sure.
cocky,
Like
not
elementary.
penis.
My favorite memory was definitely being like really good at handball and like the court. Like
Kizzy.
I was good, bro. We could go out and do.
I would have
a whole
smoked you in
video.
handball any day.
If we're doing like elementary school
That's
memories,
elementary,
favorite
for sure.
memories, like my spawn point, I could start digging. and going.
Spawn point?
I could go far back
Yeah,
if I
spawn.
keep digging.
Yes.
which is I don't want to do that.
I'm trying to untap into your
Dig,
like
dig
memory.
deep.
What's
No,
what's
we don't
just
wanna stop
your
here.
favorite elementary memory?
Deep
Was it-
digging.
One very cool one because you got to know. There's a
Yes.
lot of them.
I want it.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I want to hear about it.
We were digging. There was like we would dig on the side of this fucking school, there was like behind this house, fucking this like loose dirt, very loose dirt. It was good dirt,
My favorite dirt.
warm dirt, rich in minerals.
Someone say
And
slimy.
but we would fucking dig in
Wet.
it on like recess and shit. And everybody would find these crystals, these mica crystals, and everyone they'd get some.
Everyone
they were
found the
this
homeless
big,
man's stash?
but they look like speed. It's so funny, bro, that you say that because it kind of does. But if you have you ever seen a mica crystal?
No.
Michael
some
Penis.
shiny. Like,
It's kind
mine.
of like a shitty looking quartz, but they're like flat and like stack on each other. Anyway,
Okay.
this area of the soil for some reason was naturally producing it. So kids were finding like little pieces of it. And one day I went and I fucking broke out just the fucking biggest. It was like a piece like this fucking big. And
crystal.
everybody was like, holy shit.
He's the one.
Yeah.
the chosen one.
And that was fucking awesome though, because it
Yeah.
was like a fuck yeah. I'm
Yeah.
like, all you
I'm him.
motherfuckers, I got the best one.
Yes.
Yeah,
Bro, and
yeah.
you're already big and you chose the biggest one.
Dude. I mean, I had to show
selfish,
up.
yo.
This guy's always worried about people's heights and
To be
shit.
fair enough, dude.
You're already
I did shit
6'4".
my pants at the Boys and Girls
You're
Club.
already 6'4" and you chose the biggest.
You got to
one.
get a win at some point.
Come on, yo. Look at your
Spawn.
knees are building into the other camera.
What was
yo.
your favorite
They also
elementary
sound like
memory?
kettle corn when I walk. So
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Monty?
shit.
I mean, I guess just playing the little games like before like your class will start and stuff. Like played this game called like
The
Dragon
little
and like
games?
this fucking.
Oh, he must have gone to private school or something.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
bro, I went to a public
I don't
school. What are
remember
you
this
talking
part.
about? San Juan Elementary.
Or pro private.
Pro private, yeah. But yeah, probably like something like that, you know.
Damn. Chris? And not the one where the teacher touched you, not that part.
Not that
tell
one.
us all about
You know what I used to do? I used to like when it was pizza day, I would like we would all get our
Pizza day.
pizza.
Pizza day.
And then I would tell like the person next to me, hey, like I'll race you. I bet like you know see who can eat the pizza
You pink
faster.
slip the
Oh, no.
pizzas?
And then we would start. That fool would eat all the pizza. I would take like a bite, and then I'd be like, like now I get to enjoy my pizza. Like
Y'all, hey, you guys
Hey,
know
Monty's
something real
notorious-
crazy
this
about
guy's
elementary
crazy.
school?
Mine is notorious for getting people fired or making them quit their jobs. It's the same thing. It's clicking now. You made this kid eat all his food so you can just.
and I was just enjoying mine. I remember that in elementary school.
Monty convinces you that you should quit your job just so he could take your spot.
This is all trauma. That
It's
we're
trauma,
all
trauma.
experiencing right now.
It's when I
love
first
trauma.
spawned. It's when I first
I got
spawned.
kicked out of one of my elementary schools because I had started. I got asked by my parents got called in and asked if we were in a cult.
Oh,
I was
what?
I was telling like fucking stories.
What grade was this? Well, what was this?
All right,
This
tell
is
us.
the
Tell us.
This is 5th grade, I think, when it was
How
like
old
when
were
I
you?
got in trouble.
Dude, 5th grade.
8, 7?
11, maybe 10, 11. I
Oh,
think it's
shit.
5th grade, right? Because you're almost
Underage,
You're
my
almost
bad.
6th grade, right?
Epstein over here, my bad.
But whatever it was, I did start to like learn about like whatever, like witchcraft. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm like watching stuff, and I'm like telling kids like
Yeah.
stories at school of like,
Yeah.
dude, like I'm
Well,
seeing,
around-
I see stuff, and
yeah,
you know, like because I'm fucking eye of powers. You know?
Around that time, like fucking
like-
YouTube was blowing up too, so
Bro,
you could watch Illuminati videos
These
all day.
kids went in like because one of them was like Christian, I guess, and at that time of my life, I was like not even raised religious.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm like, I don't know, bro. I'm like telling fucking weird like story, and I'm like, like I hear like shadows talk to me at night and shit. And these kids told their fucking parents. I said one night I saw my walls bleeding and shit.
Yeah.
And they told their parents, and so their parents called the school, and they thought we were Satanists.
Hey, Motley's
And
Angels,
they,
man.
They called my fucking parents, and my parents like, what the? They had no idea what the
Yeah.
fuck I was
Oh, that's
talking
great.
about. Even it's fucking. That's funny. Yeah, man. So that was like really my like when I think of elementary school.
Yeah.
That's what I think of.
That's funny, dude. We all do.
Crystals and getting suspended.
What a way to end this.
Yeah.
This
so
show.
I will start a cult soon if anybody's
in.
interested.
I think-
It's not going to be one of the weird ones.
I'm
Don't
in.
worry. I don't want to fuck you. I just want your money.